Well, hey, everybody. How's it going? Welcome to Fistivities. Karyn Bryant with you. You can call me KB. Episode 66 going off tonight with Abdul Razak Alhassan, who just picked up the victory at UFC Vegas 67. So, hey, oh my goodness. I keep forgetting I have the cool. Okay, here we go. We play the little background music and stuff. And for those who don't know, the music here is all done by my big brother, Wayne, whose birthday it was the other day on Saturday on fight night. And I actually meant to say happy birthday to him on the air. I forgot at the end of the show. It gets a little jammed up. Today is actually my father's birthday. May he rest in peace. I love you, Dad. Hope you're having a great birthday, hanging out with BB King and all kinds of stuff up there. Living it up. So welcome to the show, episode 66. Like I said, Addul Razak Alhassan will be on with us, of course. Of course, we will have Hanato with us. Hanato LaRanja, the 27-time World Jiu-Jitsu champion. For those who don't know, this is an MMA show, but we do a lot of pop culture stuff. We talk a lot about dating and relationships and things like that because while neither of us is an expert, Hanato feels like he is, and for somehow feels the need to, let's say, dispense advice. I know it's a weird thing to do with the advice in quotes. It's not always great advice. It's advice. Or should I say suggestions? Because advice, I feel like, has a pejorative tone of it's good for you. Whereas, some of the stuff that he does with what he wants to say is not necessarily good for you. So I would just say it's words and it's things that he says. That's how it goes. It's words and things that he says. Okay, so we're going to pull the music down a little bit. I'm not going to forget to turn it off, though. I did do that a couple of weeks ago, but I have not forgotten. Okay, good evening, Dallas. Saying good evening, KB. Nice to see you. Good hello, Fernando, with all the thumbs up. IAO, Karen is sharing. I'm sharing. Yes, he is the 27-time Mundial champion. Campeão do Mundial. We're going to get into some other stuff. Did you guys know Shoeface is on Big Brother Brazil, which I love. I love me some Shoeface. Cara de sapato. I'm really excited. So you have Ohad Okan says you have Hanato is on Insta Live. It almost feels like a normal pursuit. Yeah, I know. We started, for those who don't know, we did start on Instagram. Shalom Blood Clot. I don't know if you're Jamaican. Hello, good to see you. Shalom. He's like an Israeli Jamaican, a Jewish Jamaican, which there are tons of them. So hi. So yeah, I know Hanato does some stuff on IG Live. For those who don't know, like way back at the beginning. Funnily enough, I would say this show started on Instagram. It actually started at like House Party or Discord or House Party. Discord. Well, Discord now is like the James Krause nightmare, unfortunately. But no, we started on House Party. We did one audio version, and then we were like, no, let's go to video. We started on IG Live and then brought it over here to YouTube. So if you are watching this on YouTube, hello, and please subscribe. If you're watching this on fistivities.com, hi, how are you? If you're watching this on Hanato's Twitch, what's up? I'm again, I'm trying to buy a PS5 so that I could get my own Twitch going, because there's some other games and puzzles and things that I would maybe like to start a Twitch feed on, a stream or whatever. But anyway, so here's what we're gonna do, folks. Now I'm going to remember to slowly, thanks for the music, big bro, but we're gonna fade that out. Okay, so let's get back to the comments. KB. Let me tell you what is coming up on the show. I made a hit list video. Okay. So we're going to have the Abdul Razak Alhassan interview. As we know, he picked up the victory on Saturday. He was fighting Claudio Ribeiro. It was Razak's 11th UFC fight. And all his finishes before, every win of his is by finish, which is just insane. And so all of his wins priorly had been by first round knockout. He had 11 wins and they were all by first round knockout. This is a knockout this time in the second round. So we're going to talk about his maturity, because that's actually something he mentioned in the post-fight interview inside the octagon. was about the maturity and getting to the second round. If you then saw the media interview that he did, he really kind of roasted Joaquin Buckley. We're going to kind of dig into that. They have fought before. He lost Razak lost a split decision to him. We're going to get into all that. But anyway, we're going to talk to Razak about that, Abdul Razak about that. I don't know. And that's the other thing. I don't really know him well. So I don't know if he prefers to be called Abdul or Razak or what. So we'll get into it. We are going to have then other recap and reactions to the rest of the night at UFC Vegas 67. I got fight clips and all that good stuff. We have Chidi's Choice for UFC 283 this coming weekend. There are a lot of fights that we will get into. I have B-roll for the entire main card, which means I've got fight footage for the entire main card. But Chidi, the bearded dragon, our mascot, has made his picks for the main and co-main event, the 2 title fights. So he's picking between Glover Teixeira and Jamal Hill and Davison Figueiredo and Brandon Moreno. We'll have those. I believe Chidi's record is 14-3. We were unable to get a Imavov Strickland prediction from him because I had an Imavov Gastelum prediction for him, and then everything changed and I was unable to get a new one for him. So these will be the first predictions of the year, but Chidi's record is insane. We are then going to talk about the return of John Jones and the fight with Cyril Gane is happening. I saw Cyril this weekend, so we can talk about that. And Ngannou sadly is no longer in the UFC. That really hurts. It hurts. But we're going to talk about that. And then, of course, we've always got dating and relationship questions for you. And particularly, I might want to talk about the fact that it's January. And January is known as breakup month. And we're right around the time that this is like breakup season and breakup week or whatever. Like it's high time for people to be dumping the people that they don't want to be with. You know, Ohad, my kid mentioned UFC 4. She was like, just get the 4. I'm like, no, but then the stuff is not backwards compatible and all these other things. So I'm still trying to get the 5. I'm still trying to get to the 5. So let's see. Well, you know, yeah. So we'll get into we will get into some things. Okay. I am curious on a couple of stuff. I should say, okay. So last week on our show, we had Gilbert Burns, Dorino, who is fighting this weekend. And maybe I can even play some of that here. So Dorino, well, I'll get into it later with Hanato. Dorino is fighting this weekend. He is fighting Neil Magny, who is another former guest of ours here on the show. So when it comes down to those kind of fights with 2 people that we really, really like, it's definitely a may the best man win situation. But we had a really good time with Gilbert last week. Dorino, you know, I first met Dorino as Vitor's jiu-jitsu guy. So like before he was even in the UFC and all this kind of stuff. So we had a really good time with Dorino, talking to him about his upcoming fight and talking to him about the fight with Khamzat, the fights that he believes are definitive fights for him in the UFC and all kinds of stuff. So please check out last week's show, episode 65 with Gilbert Burns. And if you want to go back one more, we had Rocky Pennington on with us, episode 64. And of course, she picked up the win on Saturday over Ketlin Vieira. It was a split decision victory for Rocky. So we talked all about everything that she hopes, her hopes and dreams and aspirations for everything after this fight. She's now moved up to number 2. She was number 5 going into this fight. She's now number 2. She took Ketlin's spot and why she believes she's undeniable for a title shot. So yeah, lots of stuff here for you to check out. Rocky Pennington, 64. Gilbert Dorino Burns, episode 65. And those are also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, and Amazon. So you can find all of those there. At any rate, that's what's going on with us for the past shows. Look at this. What do you know? You know, I would say, brother, it's Brazilian time. We all know about it. We know the fights are going on in Brazil this weekend. UFC 283. He's not in the favela in Brazil. He's actually, I believe, somewhere in West Hollywood. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring him into the show. 27-time World Jiu-Jitsu champion, Hanato LaRanja. Hi.
I'm trying to acclimate to Brazilian time for the fight, you know. So I had to be a little late because I'm working on that one. But you know,
you had to be a little late, or just are you a little late?
Listen, never mind that.
Points. Are you wearing a Menace to Society shirt?
Well, yeah, of course. It's called. Well, first of all, it's called a sweatshirt, and then second of all, is yeah, and then also I dug up my Africa medallion from the late '80s when I was younger Hanach, to show
Yeah.
solidarity with Abdul Razak Alhassan.
I was wondering how you were going to pronounce his name because there's R's and H's all over the place.
I only see H. I don't know from whatever that other letter you just said.
Okay. Um, I, I am curious. So, how are you? And by the way, Menace to Society is such a fantastic movie. That and like Dead Presidents, I think are two just like badass movies from a certain time frame that I love.
Yeah, when you was in your youth. Hey, did he remind you of your youth in Cambridge and stuff?
Yeah.
He was like,
When
what
you
you say
said
about my
mean
mom?
streets,
What you say about my professor?
you talking about my sociology professor?
Yeah, what you saying about my women's cultural women? My
I didn't take
what?
women's studies. I
No,
double
what did you
majored
talk?
political science and sociology. I didn't
What's
take
the
women's.
woman that hold the bell jar or whatever? Wait, what's the one?
Sylvia Plath, who wrote the bell
Yeah,
jar. Of course.
what you say about Sylvia Plath? Oh God, no.
I'll kill
Uh,
you, but she killed herself. But I'll kill you for talking
yeah,
trash about.
technically she already dead, but if you would go, if you knew what the, oh God on you, and then the guy don't even know, the gangster is like, fuck it, I don't even
They,
care no
they don't
more.
even know. They don't even know. They don't even
Yeah,
know. So listen, Brandon. Is that a Q or an OFG? Saying Dead President. This is one of their favorites. So Brandon has good taste.
that's a good one.
But yeah. So
I like what.
Omega. Oh wait, D&D. Oh wait, sorry. No, Omega was saying higher learning was
Wait,
better.
okay. First of all, I think that's Hong, but back in the, I like to
D&D
the,
is
yeah, that's
is
right.
east backwards.
That's right. Your boys, what's it? X Clan, porra. Hum diddy dum. Anyway, he'll know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Right, right. But you're right, Jay Crockett. Shout out to the Hughes brothers making those movies because they were good stuff.
Yeah, and also they made one of my favorite documentaries, which is called American Pimp, and it's a
Yes.
documentary about pimp culture. Oh, caralho, what a movie.
Well, speaking of pimps, and I know we have before, but you know that I have seen. Sometimes I drive around, and it's not pimps up, hose down. It's the one, but like the green car with what's his face. I've seen it.
That's
You know, you've seen it around LA too. The green one, and it's got stuff written on
I
the back, like to God, and it's like
yeah.
green and gold and all that. Like I've seen it
Well,
multiple times.
let me try to explain that. First of all, the car, you know, the green is for the money and the gold is for the honey. Okay, but when it comes to the man who owned that one, that's a Bishop Don Magic Juan.
Bishop Don Magic
Yeah,
Juan. You're right.
and let me just tell you something. I happen to know one or two stuffs about Don Magic Juan. Okay,
Uh-oh,
because
here we go.
not only do I know a couple stuffs, uh, um, but you know it's good to be informed and educated about your heroes.
Like heroes. Wow.
From pimp
Wow.
stick to pulpit, because he became a preacher. He was found, he's found by God into his life,
Is that right?
and there's a lot of magic going on here, and there's not a lot of difference between a pimps and hookers and the preacher and the congregation. Caralho.
The fact that you had that at fingertip length is a little
Hmm.
frightening to me.
Hmm.
Do you keep that close at all? Is that like your Bible?
No, but let's let's heed from a random part here. Oh,
Should we?
caralho. The the making of a pimp, chapter 3. I was sitting at my kitchen table getting high off beer when Donald walked in. He said, and I left Louise. That marriage game is just not for me. I got to get into something with big money. And I can't do it with a Louise hanging around my neck. I said, you mean you just walked out on your wife and kids? Donald, what the hell do you think you are trained for to make big money? Let me to not belabor the points, but that's just one of the stuff that people can
Leaves
talk
the
about in
wife to
there.
become a pimp.
Yeah.
Leaves one hoe to have a stable of
Well,
others.
look at why have we one when you can have that and you can also get a chain, those kind of car and those kind of cold outfit.
Well, yeah, Meeks Puffs is saying you got to always keep a pimp Bible within reach. So apparently,
Well, if you don't, I mean, I'm keep the Gideon Bible in there. So why not also have the Assorch? One, just like a one woman is multiple women is better than one. More than
is
one
it
Bible is important to have.
is one is are multiple women better than one? Is that a
I,
fact?
what would you have to have? A $100 or a $300? Yeah,
Well, don't ask me, Hanato. I would like one date,
I'll
and
give
then
you a
I would
date.
like three dates, but I would like one to start.
I'll give you a medjool dates for her.
Oh, those are good.
I know they are.
I do love dates. The dates are what helped the people make the exodus. Like the dates, not for nothing, but dates are one of the most fantastic things you can eat on the planet. The carbohydrates, the sugar, the energy, like they're like literally one of
Yeah.
the most perfect food sources on the planet.
Well,
Not for
dates was always lead to my exodus because after the date, that's when I fucking flee
you
the
Ben, then
that's
you
when I
bail.
fly the coop for her like in
Then you
Moses.
bail. Hey, speaking of dates,
Yeah.
I believe that's what they ate when they were like, crossing Egypt and crossing Jordan and crossing the Middle East and crossing Africa. Speaking of Africa, Hanato, we know that our
Yeah.
guest tonight, and he's already here, so we should
Oh,
welcome
God,
him
are
in.
you?
Abdul Razak Alhassan, originally from Ghana.
Oh, from
So
Ghana.
this is cool. I don't know. I don't know much about Ghana, so I have some questions.
That's because you have no knowledge of self for her. Unlike your uncle Hanach, I have knowledge of self, God on you.
Okay, I did
Anyway,
my 23andMe. I don't think Ghana showed up, but anyway,
I know what's shut
um,
up though. Ghana here. Oh, God, are you?
Ghana, if gonorrhea shows up, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Don't let it show up. But yeah, so I have a lot of questions about sort of his upbringing and everything, but more, I guess, not more importantly, but he is coming off the win on Saturday night. He picked up a second round knockout over Claudio Ribeiro. This was in the featured prelim at UFC Vegas 67. Prior to this event, Abdul Razak Alhassan had, let me just read off some of his stats. 11 wins, all wins were by first round knockout. And so he still retains, by the way, his 100% finish rate for his wins, which is not easy. Like people,
No.
that's very hard to come by.
Especially not at the UFC.
Exactly, 100% finish rate. On Saturday night, it was his 11th fight in the UFC. He's got 7 finishes in under 1 minute. And prior to the fight on Saturday, so obviously that took another 6.5 minutes or whatever. But his total fight time for 15 fights was only 61 minutes, which is insane. 16 fights. And it only took him an hour.
Listen, they don't pay him by the hour. You know what I'm saying? He's to get in there and get the fuck out of there.
It's absolutely insane. So with that said, folks, let us please welcome in our guest tonight, Addul Razak Alhassan.
Oh, boy,
Hello.
look at this guy. God, he don't look like the guy that's gonna knock out all these people. He look like such a nice guy, and that's how you get lured into that, and then he fuck you up.
That's right.
Yeah.
Tonight he's like Professor Alhassan, but inside the octagon, dude, you are a straight up beast. You wreck shop every time.
He
My
knows.
mom told me to be nice when I'm
That's
Hey,
good.
So,
Yeah.
wait, can you hear him well? Wait, I didn't hear that too well. Can you hear him okay, Hanato?
I heard him perfect. He said, "My mommy told me to be nice."
Oh, okay. I guess I just have my volume turned down.
Yeah, but
Well-
he's a man after my own heart because I like to also have pictures of myself in my around my house. Yeah, so it's perfect. Mwah. My
Humility,
compliment
thy name is
to the chef.
Hanato.
It's important.
This is from my legacy days. I was like, I had to keep that.
Of course, you gotta keep that. And also, when the ladies come over, you go, "Oh, that old thing." Oh, God, are you? I wasn't in great shape at that time. I'm a lot better now, but
Yeah, that was after Christmas. I was fat.
Oh, yeah.
Meanwhile,
Oh, no.
you
You gotta have that. Now the next stuff here, you gotta do some. You gotta sprinkle in a couple of tasteful artistic portraits of yourself. I put that. I have some charcoal drawings of myself. You put them, sprinkle them around. The ladies love that stuff.
I want them to know I used to look good. So that's
Oh,
why.
caralho. You still listen, oh, caralho. The false humility, porra.
It
We
reminds
know.
me of somebody, Hanato.
Oh, porra, to the moon. To the moon, Karyn Bryant. To the moon.
Abdul Razak Alhassan. Okay, so first a couple of things. We've never like really actually met. We haven't done interviews, which is crazy. The timing, for some reason, it's insane to me that we haven't. But I just want to say thank you for doing the show tonight, and it's
Thank
like
you for
really
having
great
me.
to meet you.
Yes, thank you for
Yeah,
having me.
it's a
Thank
pleasure. Salam alaikum, my brother.
Walaikum salam.
Wow.
Walaikum
Yeah.
salam.
And out of respect, I usually wear my gold chain. Oh, caralho.
Oh no! What
Darkness.
happened? What
Well,
happened?
when I put this, he got even
Curious,
darker.
curious.
He got even darker. Like it was like the bat signal. He
I
became
know,
more
right?
African. Yeah.
Shut
Um.
everything off.
You
Yeah.
went Czech Congo on us.
But I used to have this is from when I was in high school, porha, in maybe 2020 or 2016 or whatever. No,
Oh, you
no.
wait! Oh my
Just
god!
just imagine when this was popular, and and that's when I used to have that. I kept that one because to show his fat. Okay, and you live maybe like, I mean, you're from like here, like somewhere over here.
You did your research, huh? You did it.
I know about that stuff. You think I never been with African women, porra? Oh God, that's not my first barbecue.
Have you been with Ghanaian women?
There's not too many one that haven't escaped my clutches. Like
No,
I'm
all the
like,
girls are like, no, I'm gone.
oh God, you know
So
what?
you are the womanizer. I'll make sure to tell the Ghanaians women to stay away from you.
No, God, you have to tell me what I have to say to the ones because no, because we need to treasure those black African women and to bring them back here. Oh, like Eddie Murphy did that with Umfufu. You remember? He brought that one because she's not gonna want no money or nothing.
I just
I
want to
think if we take you
say,
to Ghana,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
gonna run out of the women. You're gonna take all of them, so we have to keep you away from that place.
That's true. Well, we can pretend I'm from like Morocco or like Cape Verde, and I'm gonna speak some French and some Muslim stuff. So I'm gonna go Salam alaikum, my queen. God, why not? I'm gonna sell some spices and some incense. I'm gonna wear I'm gonna wear like the curly shoes like Aladdin for her. I know what you do.
I'm so sorry.
Wow.
Look like you
Abdul,
did your
like,
homework.
I do a
okay,
lot of that one.
I'm sorry. Okay, so first,
Look, now
like,
he's leave
you're
again.
gone
He,
again.
as soon as I mentioned Aladdin, he disappeared. I did no my okay. My wish was for you to came back. Okay, correct.
Okay. So first and foremost, do you prefer to be called Abdul? Do you prefer to be called Razak? What do you like to be called?
I go by Razak. Usually, if you see me
Oh,
outside and you call me Abdul, I'm probably not gonna pay attention to you. I'm not.
oh,
That's
for
what I thought, 'cause
you,
I was calling you Razak before,
Hazak.
but like I was like, oh wait, that's not really his first name. So I wasn't sure, but I for some reason thought
I didn't know that. So I was about to make fun of you. I was about to say no. He want to be called whatever, whatever. Yeah. Okay. So I didn't know that. You want to be called Hazak. Okay. Now what that means, Hazak? Do you have a meaning?
Yeah, the meaning is the provider. In
Oh, God, are you?
Yeah, it's actually Arabic. So it's
Well, where's mine, Scott? Are you? What are you gonna provide to the festivity show on to your Uncle Hanat? You have
I'm
to
providing
provide.
the world with my power, a lot of my power.
yeah,
That's
you
true.
do.
That's true. That's true. You provide a knuckle sandwich to these
You
guys.
provide the knuckle sandwich, you provide the
Yeah.
knockouts, you provide the entertainment. I mean, so that's the thing. So like I'm saying, like it's kind of crazy to me that this was your 11th fight in the UFC, and for some reason, like I said, the timing or whatever, I've never interviewed you before and whatever, which is nuts because I've been an anchor for the UFC for 10 years, and before that, I was covering it alone, but the timing or whatever. But I have called a lot of your fights in terms of like in the studio, and we've talked about you a lot. So I just wanted to preface that and just say, like, I'm excited to finally meet you and to get to know you.
Same here.
But yeah, so we've said before here, you get here, all of your wins are by finishes, all of your wins are by knockout. They all were in the first round before. this time it was in the second round, and I think you said something in the post-fight interview of like, "Oh, he's
I'm sorry.
again."
My
Okay.
friends are calling me at the wrong times.
No, tell
Beca-
your friends like no
because it's
get off.
exciting. The
They're
whole Ghana is seeing you on this show now, and they're going like this. I can't believe it. You made it for her. What's
And
he
they're like,
like?
"Wow, KB
Uncle
is
Hanato.
fine. KB
Oh
is
God.
so fine. I didn't
They'll-
know on the UFC broadcast she doesn't look that hot, but she's fine."
Look at what you
Anyway.
bring out of that woman there. Yeah, listen, don't trust her. She's a Creole and a witch, and she's gonna put hoots on you. Yeah.
But no, but listen. I want to get to an actual real question here, Razak, and that is that it felt like, and I think you said something to the effect of, in this fight, you wanted to show some maturity, right? Like you wanted to prove to your coaches you could listen to them. You wanted to prove you could, whatever, go to
And then he just go boom, boom, boom.
That's what I'm saying, because like
they do the same shit.
The first round knockouts are so exciting.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like I understand why it's important for you to show some maturity and do something a little bit different. So what did that mean for you? Like what did this fight sort of like prove something to you? Was it something that you went into saying, don't do it in the first round, wait a little? Like what was the point?
Yes. So the point of this game plan, the game plan was to actually like be patient, because the coach is like, hey, when you go in there, to be honest, I usually never listen to my coaches when I go inside. Anytime they talk, all I hear is quah, 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 quah.
Charlie Brown's teacher.
Yeah.
When we talk in the back, I'll be like, yes, I get it. And then why would I get in there and the person hits me one time, all reasons go out of the door? It's like, coach, okay, fuck whatever you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm going in there and I only throw it till I go down to one of us go down.
Yeah.
But this time our coaches were like, look, we understand you. We know how you feel. We know you can do that. We know you have the bravery to do that. But please, just, we want to see the result we see in the gym.
Yeah.
When you're not trying to kill everybody, you show all your tools. We want to see that.
Yeah.
So the way he was talking to me, I was like, okay, I'll listen, coach. I wanted to just go in there and do that just to show them that I can listen.
Yeah. Well, I think they're on the high track, because as much as fun as it is now, when you start to get into the chop level, you're gonna need to pace yourself. You know what I mean? So I think that they know that if they just wanted to make some quick money with you, they just say do whatever the fuck you want. But they know they know your potential. So they're going, we see the future here. Let's fucking start implementing that. So you don't get to the chop and then you have never been past the first round.
Right.
True.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, usually I never think about the rest of the round. So when I go in, I blow my whole lungs out. I just want to kill somebody.
Yeah. I get it. I get it.
I get it too, but like you said, Hanato, and here's the thing, Razak, right now, you're not in the top 15 yet, right?
No, not yet.
Why you gotta hub it in? Why you gotta hub it in, Karyn Bryant?
I'm not trying to rub it in.
Unbelievable. Wait, correct me if you're not in the top 15 yet. But anyway, so you in the bottom of the, okay, but let me just, no.
But my point is that kind of smarter, measured fighting, though, will serve you. That's the whole thing, because as you climb, like, look at, not for nothing, it's amazing, and we love it when people go out there and smash in the first round and you get that first round.
Everybody loved that.
Everybody loves it. But as you climb, your competition is going to get better and better and better. And that opportunity, those opportunities, the potential for first round knockouts is, I don't want to say going to go away completely, but as you climb, it's going to get less and less. Exactly right. So you need to be able, and I guess this is what your coaches are probably trying to teach you, is you need to be able to be comfortable with yourself, with your inner monologue or whatever, of going, wow, I'm 7 minutes into this fight and he's still here. What am I going to do? I'm 9 minutes into this fight. He's still here. What am I going to do? Right. Because it's a different mentality, and it makes you, you got to do different things, right, for a longer fight.
Yes.
Yeah. And
go ahead. What you said hit the mark. Like literally. Like usually, most of my fights finish first round or they finish early. Right?
Yeah.
I remember my first time when I went longer than 30 seconds. I was
That's
asking
what she remembers too.
Yeah.
She was like, hallelujah.
So it's like, oh, thank
More
God I
30
can stay
seconds.
with this guy.
I was
Yeah.
asking myself, what should I throw here? What should I do here? Why is it taking so long? I can't believe this guy's still standing. I've hit
Yeah.
him with everything and still standing. That thought crossed my mind
Yeah.
many times. And then after the fight, I sit down and ask myself, does that mean I wasn't ready? Or
No.
does that mean since I didn't get it as fast as I want, am I not that good enough? You see, that came to my mind many times.
Of course.
Yeah.
And sometimes it don't even have to do with the guy being better. Sometimes somebody's chin.
Is amazing.
I
Just
seen
better.
guys who can't even fight, but they can just take punishment like it's supernatural. That's the power that my God or Allah gave them to them, that power,
like supernatural, yes. Some
And
people have that
and you
power.
keep hitting him, you go, what the fuck? And then they give you anxiety because you go, oh, what if I can't knock this guy out? Like,
Right. Well, and also
Exactly.
not for nothing, you need to learn to pace yourself, right? Because
yeah.
if you're used to always winning in the first round, like maybe you don't do the road work, maybe you don't do as much cardio, maybe you don't do as much of the training because you're like, whatever, dude. I only need to be good for 3 minutes, like as
True.
you evolve as a fighter. No, for real, but it makes a big difference.
Listen, there's been a lot of fighters where the challenge is the curse because they have so much a natural ability that they don't work on that shit
don't train.
on these other stuffs, and then it bite them in the ass, and in the end of the day, no, it's for heel,
Yes.
because
Very true.
but it's like if you check in LeBron James, obviously this guy is gift. Allah was give to this guy all the gifts,
Yeah.
but at the same time, he worked harder than anybody else on the team.
Exactly.
So when you put that, you can't lose,
Unstoppable.
Yeah. And something about this, the concept of to pacing yourself. I remember one of my problem was to always in jiu-jitsu in the beginning when I was young and I was winning all the world championship. I was probably 3 years old
Here we
fighting
go.
with grown men. And so in the beginning, I was, just hit it hard the whole time until you start getting exhausted. And then I started to learn the concept of making it like you're driving a stick shift car. You don't always have to be in the fucking high gear. You know what I mean? You learn to go go go, and you go when you need. You sprint sometime, you hast, you relax, you come up, you come down. You know what I mean? You only the beginner keep going. The whole time fast. Also, I just thought of something. Imagine when we first start out with sex. She said, in the beginning, when you're a kid, when you have your first sex, you're like, oh, caralho, I'm doing this. Oh, porra. Then when you get good at that stuff, you put on some H&B music. You
That's
put
what I'm
on
saying.
some
We want it to
African.
last a little bit.
Yeah, you
I
put
know
on
you're gonna win.
some
I just want
whoever's.
you to take your time to get there.
Yeah, there you go. You put it
it.
on like the African Jodeci or whatever, and you're having some, some Courvoisier, and then
Jodeci.
you know how to how to weave a tapestry.
You
You know
put
what I'm
some
saying?
reggae,
Or some Hager, don't let them fool you. Oh no, who even try to school you? Like a Dexter St. Jacques.
Won't get me going on some reggae.
Yeah, you put the Hager, and then sometimes you're gonna go fast, sometimes you slow. You're painting a picture. You're painting your masterpiece.
If you put reggae
You gotta
on,
treat
we're
the same
going
way.
all night.
No, caralho. Yeah.
I
So-
feel you, brother.
Yeah, and that come with experience, and
Yeah.
so she don't want the guy that's just the whole time. So when you start doing that, you gotta imagine, oh, now I'm being like that guy again. I'm being like a teenager.
Exactly. Think about that next time you're fighting and you're in the first round and you're
I
pounding
got
out.
you. I
Go.
want to go the long run, not the short. The short.
Right,
Yeah,
let
you
me-
want to
let me
really
make
let
it
the guy
sexy.
experience
Let me make
something.
it right. Let
Yeah.
me make it sexy for a minute. Because that's the other thing, though, Razak. Like when you win that quickly, I mean, I know I'm halfway kidding or whatever, but like you literally almost don't give fans time to get to know you, right? Like it's a funny thing. But we talk about you and we're like, this dude's a smashing machine. And whenever you come out to, we always talk about your thighs. we're always like, God damn, I guess I had to like reinforce the shorts. Like we're always, and I hope you understand that, like, yes, we might be objectifying you, but at the same time, it's all exaltation too. It's all like, holy crap, look at this specimen. Like, I don't know if you did other sports before fighting. Like, what was your sort of origin story getting into fighting? Because you obviously have a natural gift for it and you're built for it. You're a wrecking machine, but did it come naturally to you? Is it something you found late? Like, how did you even get into it?
He's a judo master, no?
I know.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So I got into judo. My brother, my older brother, he loves martial art. Like he's always like, even if you find like the most bogus martial art, he wants to do it. If you find, I'm not trying to insult any martial art, like
No, but I know what you mean.
Kung Fu. He will find anything. He just want to learn the art.
Filipino sticks, yeah, whatever.
Ollie sticks.
Senegalese, wrestling, fucking anything.
Cigars,
Yes.
Yeah.
taquito, and
Any of it.
He will come home and you have the gi and such, and I'll see him. I'm like, man, bro, you look so cool, you know. I want to get into it and all that kind of stuff. He didn't want me to do none of them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, one day he was going to training and I literally tailed him.
Oh,
without
shit.
him knowing. Without him knowing I was behind him, and I waited till he started the judo class, and then I went to the coach and I told him I want to join. Oh, he was so pissed off.
Yeah. Yeah, because he don't want his little brother. He's like, this is my stuff. Get out of here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, he beat me up later for it, though. He beat me.
That's what probably made you so good.
Where were you living at the time?
Ghana.
In Ghana. Wow.
Take a wild guess, Karyn Bryant. Okay,
I don't like. I'm saying I don't know when you moved from Ghana. Like I don't know.
He was in Japan.
Sorry, if you want me to tell you a story, how crazy the story is.
What?
When I got here, I will share with you.
No, don't tell any crazy funny stories on here.
No,
please.
I would hate to hear a crazy funny story of you moving here.
So this is the crazy story. I came after All African Games. I applied for visa to come and do the World Championship here. It was in Georgia, right? Okay. So when I got it,
what year is this? What are we talking? What year?
This is 2007.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's a long time ago.
The All Africa Games, and then you want to come to the States after.
Yes.
Okay.
So to be able to get the visa, I have to go through my sports council from back home. So I talked to them. I was like, hey, I got the visa, I got the invitation, and I want to go for it, you know. So I'll add one of my teammates and then the coaches who can come with me, and they all want to come with, right? So they helped me get the visa from the American embassy, because to come from Africa to Ghana, it's so hard to get visa. Nobody gives you visa. So I used the sports council to get the visa. So the plan was, after the competition, we were supposed to go back, right? But hell no, I don't want to go back to Africa. Fuck that.
Oh, caralho, that's not a hanging endorsement for Africa, porra.
You're like, yeah, stay on the Africa. Like, no.
And also to get my plane ticket to come here, my brother had to talk to one of the it's like a mob, like a mafia kind of guy.
Oh, caralho.
To buy me a ticket. And they told me that when I get here, I will work and I'll pay him back.
Pay him back.
But my coaches, the coach and the secretary, they didn't know I'm trying to run away.
Hi.
When I
like you defect.
Yeah.
Like Moscow on the Hudson.
Right,
you ever seen that?
Yeah.
Moscow, exactly. Yeah.
Love that.
After I went to the competition, they took
this
my
is a judo competition?
Judo competition in Georgia. Yeah. Yes. So when I got here, they took my passport, right? But I told them, hey, I need the passport to go and sign in. So they have to give me the passport. So when they give me the passport, I remember not to give them passport back because I'm trying to run away. So after the competition, they went to go get McDonald's. When they left, me and my friend, we ran away.
Yeah.
From the airport. But I was stupid. As is. We went to the front desk and we asked them, how can we get a taxi to go to the Greyhound? So they gave us a taxi to go to the Greyhound. So they don't know where we went. So when our coaches came back, they asked, hey, where are our students? We don't see them in the room.
Yeah.
And they said, oh, they just came to the front desk. We got them a taxi to go to the Greyhound. So they go to the Greyhound. We were sitting down, waiting for the Greyhound to come, and then boom, they just the two of them showed up.
Ah.
Oh my god!
So then,
So bad.
what did you do then?
We were trying to run away. We couldn't run away. They caught us.
So they had took your ass back to Ghana?
Oh hell no! A
Oh,
miracle happened.
oh, what
He's an
happened?
athlete, Hanato. He's like
Yeah.
running like.
So what?
They grab our pants. They were literally hijacking our pants like this, like a bunch of criminals, and holding us like this. But
Like
when we
little
got
Haskells.
there was this old black lady at the counter. So she heard our accent and she realized we're from Africa. So we were telling her stories about Africa and how we just got to America and we don't want to go back. We want to stay here. We literally were honest with the lady. We told her everything. So when she saw the commotion going on, she came outside and she realized that was our coaches who were trying to take us back to Africa. That lady was like, fuck no, you're not taking this boy back home.
She's like, you're staying with me.
Wow.
Yes. The lady went to them. She's like, I swear to God, you better fucking let them go right now. If you don't let them go, I'm gonna call the cops. And then I got scared. I said, please don't call the cops. No, we're gonna get in trouble. No, do not. She's like, no, I got you, baby. Don't worry, I got you, baby. Just stay
I bet she did got you. She saw what she knows what's good for her. She thought she thought she was bringing you home, Cara. She's gonna.
She's like, I get it. Like, this is gonna be fun. They're
So
gonna
she
hold
called
me.
the cops, and the cops came, and she explained the stuff to the cops. And the cop was like, hey, how old are you? I was barely even 18, right? And then my friend was 19. So he asked, are you their guardian? Did you get a letter from their home saying that? He said, no. It's like, give them their passport back.
Woo!
Yes. And
He said yes.
And we jumped on the bus right away. And our secretary was so crazy. He went in front of the bus. He opened his arm like this. He said, the only way you guys are leaving is by hitting me, unless you guys drop those two out of the bus. You're not taking them with. Oh my God. Yes.
Wow.
And the cops had to come back and hold him and be like, hey, if you do that again, we're gonna arrest you.
Wow.
Like, yeah. That's how we run away from getting sent back to Africa.
Now does that mean now that you
where was it going?
Huh?
Did it matter where the bus was going? The Greyhound?
Oh no, I was going anywhere as long as they cannot. So I went straight to Minnesota. That's what I went to.
Minnesota.
Yes.
Well, you're the only black guy, right?
Oh yeah. That's not a good way to hide. At least in Atlanta you can hide. In Minnesota they're like there he is.
There he is.
You better go to Prince's house.
I was like, where was it going?
You better go to Paisley Park or whatever, to Prince's place, because that's the only place they have these black guys.
Seriously, you needed to go to Newark or like Atlanta. Something.
Oh, now I run straight to Minnesota.
So that means you can't go. Does that means you can't go back to Ghana now?
Oh no! Now I have my paperwork and everything, so I can go back to Ghana and everything. I have a dual citizenships now, so I can go.
Oh, you're lucky. Yeah. Oh, God, they don't want you to leave. They need you. Yeah.
The reason why he wanted to take us back, anytime we go for a competition, they make good money from us. So in Ghana,
of course,
I was the number 1 seed in my division.
Yeah.
At 81, and my friend was also the number 1 seed in the 66 kilograms. Right. So if the two of us leave, they get to make less money from us.
Of course. You know what it's like? It's like you Britney Spears and they Britney Spears' dad.
Seriously.
Yeah, they know where their bread is bought up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Were they trying to get you? Did you? And I don't even know. Did you fight? Because obviously there's the EFC Africa organization. I've had some friends that fought over there and stuff. Were you in EFC before, or did they try to get you?
No. Well, in Ghana, besides judo, I didn't do any other sports.
Oh, really? Okay.
So I only started doing the kickboxing when I came to America.
So you came over here just purely as a judoka is how you got to the States, and you were competing as a judoka, and then you got here and you stayed here after all of that craziness.
Yep. I'm not going back to that shithole. Well, no, not shithole, but my life, my shithole life. I didn't want to go back.
Yeah. Because I know some people who've been and spent some time in Ghana, and I don't know where they was at, but they said they spent time on the beach. And they said it was probably the most beautiful place they ever been in their entire life.
Yeah, if you have money, yes.
If you have money, that's what I'm saying. This is Americans going over there, and they was telling me, they was like, Hanach, Kara, you're like, no, I'm not kidding.
I don't know much about Ghana. Yeah, I really don't. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I was trying to say she only knows about Ghana here, but she don't know about actual Ghana. Um,
No,
but
I don't know about
I
Ghana
heard that
yet.
the place was
I've
just, I
seen
mean, there was like
everything.
Hanach, you can't believe out there, and they said the women and stuff like that. That's why I asked for her.
You know you want those women, Hanato.
I'm telling you that there's no secret here. Of course I want that ones.
Hey,
I'm
The
not gonna live
darker the
forever.
berry, the
you
sweeter
can
the
marry
juice.
multiple
Yeah,
women back there, so you're good. You can get
I can
married.
have multiple on that one.
Yes, you
What?
can
They're
marry multiple.
Mormons. They're Mormons out
Wait,
there.
Razak, yeah, is it multiple? Is it a multiple wife situation back there?
Yeah, you can. Yes,
I
you
like that.
can if you
Well,
want to.
I
Is it
will.
a
I
multiple
will.
husband situation?
No, get out of here. What good is that?
I
What
mean,
good is
what's
that?
good for the
So
goose is good for the gander. Like, is it a
no,
multiple husband
Yeah,
situation?
no,
but that
now
part
the
I know about
goose.
that part. I know about
Now
that
you.
part.
Yeah, when you do that, you kill the goose, porra. You kill the golden goose.
No.
Now you have to let the goose to spread his wings, God. And you know what I
You
give to those women, to the
let it
African women?
fly.
I give them gray goose, porra. Oh, God. Um, yeah. We're gonna have fun out there in Africa. Oh, porra. I'm gonna marry so many of the ones. It's gonna be incredible. Now, who
Just win
take?
some for the rest of us.
I'll try to. Now, here's the question: if I say I have all those wife, okay, and say I'm doing great with that ones, I can handle that ones, but then a bunch of them get pregnant. Do the Ghana government help me to subsidize that ones?
Oh hell no!
So then you're gonna phone me on the bus to Minnesota. I'm gonna be like
Yeah,
this.
yo,
I'm gonna be like
you're
this.
gonna have to
Peach, don't
run with
film me
me.
now. I'm gonna be like, I was
I'm
hung about
done.
Ghana.
Yeah,
Get me
I'm
out of
done.
here.
Yeah.
Or
You're gonna
like
I'm
have to
this.
run with me, but
gonna,
they're gonna chase
I'm
you.
gonna not pay child support. I'm
True.
gonna
Yeah,
not support these
Ghana.
children. I'm
True.
gonna leave you behind, bitch. Like,
It,
yeah,
Oh, nice
that's
one. I'm gonna
that's
yeah,
that's how he operates, Razak.
listen. I'm only have one life here, and I'm gonna make that one to the fullest. Okay, I'm gonna do as Allah willing.
Obviously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's funny because I'm just looking at the comments and there's like everybody's like really, honestly, really interested in not for nothing because look at there is obviously there are a certain amount of Africans that are in the UFC and doing really well. Sadly, our guy
Oh,
Francis
you
is
don't
not.
like that? Wait a second. You don't
Yeah,
like that they do? You said sadly.
I'm
So,
saying sadly Francis is going.
oh,
Francis is
now you
leaving.
sprinkled that on. You said
No, no,
sadly
no, no,
that
no. I'm
Africans
saying
is doing
Africans
well.
are doing really well.
No.
Sadly, Francis is leaving because that actually
Oh,
really bums me out a
Yeah.
lot.
it bums
And
out
that's a
everybody.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a whole other thing. But I am curious for you, Razak. Like, um, obviously, yeah, we had, Kamara was the champ for a long time, Francis was the champ for a long time, and for a minute, and with Israel as well being Nigerian born, like there's been a with guys like Sadiq Youssef, like there's been some really great African
Oh,
fighters coming
yeah.
over and doing really well. And I'm actually just sort of curious, like big picture, what kind of support do you get from home? What is it like? How much do you think of yourself as Razak and I'm just doing this for me versus Razak and I'm doing this for Ghana? Like how does that all factor into who you are as a fighter?
In the beginning, I would say I was doing it for me. In the
Ah.
beginning, and then later on, I realized a lot of people from back home were looking up to me.
Yeah.
To be
I
the
know the
only
feeling.
Ghanaian in the UFC.
You don't.
No.
And also in Ghana, we are known for boxing and soccer.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm.
So back home, they love violence. Like they love violence. Your parents will always try to get you into that kind of violent area
Yeah.
to do something like that. So
Wait,
being
was
able to help.
Was
Yeah.
Azuma Nelson from Ghana or no?
Yes, Azuma. Yep.
I remember. I used to love Azuma Nelson, caralho. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's our powerhouse right there. He
Wow.
encouraged a lot of us to start doing that.
Yeah.
So my dad actually wanted me to do boxing, but to be honest, I was
Oh.
scared shitless. I didn't like to get hit. I
You
didn't
like to
like
just trust people.
Yes. And my brother always beating me up and putting holes in my head. I decided I don't like to get I don't
Oh,
like to get
caralho.
beat up.
Yeah.
My brother was bad to me. He beat me up every damn time.
I know. I had two brothers growing up, but they used to fuck me up too. I know. I know the feeling.
Yeah, so you know
And you
how
get
that is.
headache. You get headaches, and they hit you. You go, oh, caralho, I don't like this shit. Yeah.
Yes. So I grew up not wanting to do boxing. I wanted to do more of judo, just toss people and that kind of stuff. So, but when I left and I started doing it, and I realized the amount of support I was getting back home, you know, even after the last fight, I got on Facebook, and then my people were just going crazy back home. You know, it feels good. You
That's
know,
Oh
cool.
yeah.
so
Yeah.
Yeah.
right now the plan is really, like Kamaru, and Israel, and
Yeah.
even Francis. They already put their country up ahead. Right.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah.
I want to add Ghana to that.
You
It's
should
so
because it
great.
seems like every time it's always Nigerian.
I know,
But
right?
Yeah, Nigeria.
now,
I mean, obviously, Francis is from Cameroon.
oh, he's from Cameroon. Like what's his name in Trading Places? You remember?
And like the guy
Eddie
I met in
Murphy.
Paris.
Eddie Murphy. Oh, God. Eddie Murphy's character. He remember he was from Cameroon.
I'm a fan of
Beef
Cameroon.
beef jerky time. Okay, but remember Mary New Year? I know you
I
like
was
the
just
Cameroon.
reminiscing in my brain for a second.
A Cameroonian man gave her a great a great African experience there
They're
in Paris.
good-looking people.
Yeah.
They are good looking people.
She's not shy. Now, speaking of good-looking people, in my I did the 23 and me, because I come my
And it says
nationality.
favela number 27.
Pipe down, clam up, you. So yeah, see, he knows that's how we deal with that one. Um, but my nationality is Brazil, but I have different kinds of ethnicity in there. My father is a black man, like yourself, but we look in the background. It's mostly Nigeria, okay. But then also, so I know some more about Nigeria, but also one of the main stuffs that I have in there is Sierra Leone. What do you know about Sierra Leone? What can you
I
tell me?
don't know much about.
Not much, huh?
Nobody
Except
knows
for
much about Sierra Leone.
no, never mind that you. Um, um, but in terms of that, you don't know. I know they got a lot of diamond there, and they have
Diamonds, right? Yeah. Isn't that
the
diamond?
kids is good at recognizing that ones. They can found that stuff. Um, maybe that's why I'm have expensive taste, because I'm used to that one.
Yeah,
I used to be a king.
You and
In
Leo
another life, I
DiCaprio
was
with
a
the
king.
blood
I was a
diamonds.
pharaoh. Um,
the
yeah,
diamond in the rough, huh?
yeah, the diamond onto the half. But so it's
Just
true.
rough. Just rough.
Listen,
I like you. I
no,
like you. That's good.
see, he liked that one. He understand.
The
We speak
diamond.
the same
I am the
language.
diamond. He is the rough.
For her, you no, no. That's you're hitching for that one. The people know what they see. They can see here.
She
Um.
took your shine on that one. My bad. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Wait, I got backwards. How I?
I know, right? All of a sudden, I'm Drake. I'm Drake in my puffy jacket,
Yeah,
pushing you
get her
away.
out of there. Get her the fuck out of there. Um. Okay, but back to my life story.
I'm so sorry, Razak.
No, but
I should have warned you better that this was going
well,
to be an S show, like a
no,
full-on
no.
S
He
show.
this is important for him. He's aligned with himself with the MMA royalty, Vale Tudo, Brazilian royalty,
Oh,
and this can only serve to exalt him, to elevate him for him.
It's
He
giving me
knows
some
that.
wisdom. The wisdom right there.
Ah, see, these young blood from Africa understand the elders can provide
by
knowledge
the
for
way,
them.
you said wisdom. My mom is Jamaican, Razak, and so the way you said wisdom sounded like the Jamaican way.
So
So
the
that was
Jamaican patois.
yeah,
Yeah, that
the
Jamaican.
weed of wisdom. Anyway,
The wisdom. Oh, I want to know this, okay? Because I don't know too much.
Yeah.
Listen, I think out here, the only African cuisine that anybody is used to is Ethiopian.
dude, it's right. I live right by that. I'm
I
not gonna
know.
lie. Like I can walk to all the
I know.
Ethiopian restaurants. Like that's where I live. So how much? Yeah, how much does Ghanan food is it
This
like Ethiopian? Is it like all that?
no, it's
No.
opposite of that.
Oh, in what way? What? Tell us, because we don't know nothing
I'm
about
thinking
that.
eat with my hands, and I have the
So
nice kind of like
if
roti
you
type
if
thing.
you're
And
trying to try something from the West, usually most of the West some of our food are kind of similar,
Yeah.
right? So if you're looking for an African food place, you tap in like West Africa, West African food, right?
Yeah.
That's when you're gonna find the fufu, you know,
Yes.
the pounded
Oh,
yam.
I had
Yeah.
Senegalese food before. Is it similar to that one?
Yes, kind of. If they also have
Little.
fufu there, so yes, they do
It
have
was
fufu there.
spicy. It was spicy. Yeah.
Yes, all our foods are spicy, and you
Yeah.
gotta have
I
the
love
stomach
that.
for it.
I like.
I'm half
Yeah.
Jamaican, so I grew up on spicy food.
She grew up on curry goat.
I did.
She
I love curry
No,
goat.
she ate
that's a
the
I
different
don't eat
variation.
it
curry
now,
billy
but I
goat.
do like curry goat. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
She liked the
Yes,
horn.
I
She
love
liked
curry
you.
goat too.
Yeah. What's 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 the national dish of
I
Ghana
mean, I
for?
don't eat meat, but I.
We for the men right now, we're fighting with Nigeria over this. It's jollof
Oh.
rice. Hey, and also if there's any Nigerian in here, okay, Ghana has
Oh.
the best jollof rice. Okay,
Oh, I've
Oh,
had, wait, I think
oh,
I've had the
no,
jollof rice. Yeah. Okay.
yes,
So okay, that's like people out here fight each other over pizza and stuff like that.
yes.
Like
Hey,
different
well,
states.
that's
Nigerians,
what this person is
anybody.
saying. JH25 saying, ask Razak who makes better jollof Nigeria or
Oh,
Ghana
Ghana.
makes the best jollof rice. Nobody else. Ghana has the best jollof rice,
so
hands
what's
down.
different? What's different? What's the secret in there? What you guys put a little something special in there?
It's just we're just good at making them. We're
You know
just
how
that
to do
good.
that. What's in the jollof rice for people who never had that one?
Jollof is mainly rice.
I
It's
hope
mainly
so.
rice.
Well,
And then you
Jay Crockett's about to fight you over this or something.
Oh,
that man is trying
he's upset. I knew this was gonna ruffle some feathers over here.
to. Hey, in Nigerians, we will take you guys anytime, anywhere with jollof rice. We're the best.
We're gonna have to
Nobody.
do a cook-off, a cooking episode with you against like who's one of the Nigerian, like against one of the
Like
Nigerian guys.
Sadiq Youssef or
Kamaru
Yeah,
something,
or
or
his
yeah,
brother
yeah, yeah,
Mo
yeah. Get
Usman
Sadiq on. That'd be
or
fun. You and
Israel.
Sadiq, that'd be fun.
Israel. Well,
Those two guys.
Israel probably so far from he's probably been in New Zealand so long he
Yeah, I
forgot
would
that one.
say Sadiq because Sadiq is still pretty Nigerian, I think. So I
Yes.
would
Yeah.
say you
Uh,
versus Sadiq.
Sadiq or I forgot his name. The one from 40s MMA, the tall one.
Kennedy and Zuku.
Kennedy. Yes,
Yeah,
Kennedy would be a good.
Zechukwu or Nzukwu,
Hey,
how you say his name.
Also,
It's so hard to say.
Chidi and Jaquani.
Yeah, Chidi and Jokwani, exactly
yeah,
too.
Yeah.
But I think, but he's talking about
they've been living here for
Nzechukwu.
a long time.
Yeah,
So
true.
I
They
don't
live
think
in
they're gonna.
Texas. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true. That's true.
Kennedy and Zechukwu, I think would be maybe more of the still more African than the Jokwani
Yes.
brothers. Yeah.
Hey, Kennedy, Sadiq, if you guys watching this, Ghana all the way. If you
Oh,
guys,
God.
Kamaru, if you guys watching this, I'll take you guys on anytime. Jollof rice.
That's
We got
fight
the
them.
jollof rice throwdown.
Yeah, them's fighting words for her. This can cause more of a beef than anything now. They're gonna set up the next fight. It's gonna be with one of these Nigerian guys because of
I'm
this.
calling all of them out.
Well, and here's
You heard
the
it
thing,
here.
Razak. Me, I don't know what's in jollof rice. Like I said, I'm half Jamaican, and so my mom make rice and peas. Like our whole rice and peas thing is delicious. So I don't know how rice and peas compares to African jollof rice, but
Yeah, you gotta tell us something because I can't picture what is in the jollof rice. What's in
what's in
there?
it?
You got rice. What else?
Well, the jollof rice it's like it's really simple though. It's more like it's rice, just rice, tomatoes, onion, and then some like Maggi cubes, and then depending on
Excuse
your
me.
own
Some what
chicken,
cube?
Maggi
What cube?
cubes,
Oh, the seasoning thing. The
seasoning.
like broth, like
Like the bone
bouillon.
Yeah, like yes. And then you put your own meat, and then some people have their own,
They
natural
put their
sauce
own
to make it
twist.
extra as
Like somebody's grandma does an extra thing, and they go, "What's the secret?" And she don't tell
is
nobody.
the yes,
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that.
I think
Yeah.
he remind me a little bit of maybe like when you go to like you go get Puerto Rican food or Dominican food, the rice sometimes they have like a yellow rice, and there's some goodies in there. They have a little tomato, a little onion, maybe a little chicken broth, stuffs like that.
Right,
Yeah,
I would think like a
like
lot of
Spanish
Spanish people
rice.
probably make paella differently. Like everybody's
Yeah,
got one little tricky little
yeah.
Little
something.
stuff they put as
But they put a saffron in there or whatever.
This
Yeah,
right, and then like and the
yeah,
little
to
yeah.
go by.
Yeah, and then you put whatever. Yeah, and some of them put sazon or they cheat. They put sazon and adobo. Caralho.
Oh my
Goya.
Well, people are talking about the rice war instead of a race war. We got a rice war.
Yeah, we're gonna start a heist. We're gonna start a heist war here. I would rather that a heist war, and people is racist against everybody's heist.
Dude,
And also,
I know.
you know
And
what?
plus, by the way, D&D also saying we're making him hungry.
Oh, I know. You're making me hungry too, Karan.
Okay, so
Yeah, the
listen,
heist.
Razak, people are curious, JH1 asking what tribe you come from.
Oh,
Astan, Akan, Hausa, or a different tribe.
So-
What tribe are you from in Ghana?
I'm from the Hausa tribe.
Hausa. Okay.
don't say that around American blacks, because they're gonna call you a Hausa Negro.
House
Yeah.
Negro. I was in the
Yeah.
house and I definitely made it to the porch. And when I was in the house. Unfortunately, in America, Razak,
Yeah.
you would have been in the field, and
You
You would-
Hanato would have maybe been on the porch. But I
Hanato would
definitely
have been
got
a-
in the house.
Yeah.
I definitely was one of the girls getting raped by the white guys for sure. 'Cause
Oh,
I'm like,
God,
nice
are
and
you?
light. You're in the field, Razak, and Hanato, you could go either way.
Hanach they use to impregnate white women to make a super, to make the overseers who can take care of the other one.
But no, Hanato, you wouldn't have even been picked as a breeding slave because you're not that fit. Razak would have been the
Well,
breeding slave.
let's
No, Razak
slow you
would have been the
whole.
breeding slave. He's the field Negro and the breeding
Now,
slave. Say
you
it.
know what? You're
God,
insulting
yeah,
this
but
young
Hanato,
blood.
don't actually have a reason for you to exist.
No.
Between
They use me to trap the black women. When the black women see me, they go, "Oh, caralho, what's that over there, porra?" And then they go, and then they put the net, caralho.
you're the honey.
And then I
trap.
get extra hashings and stuff, and I get to hang out onto the big house or
So you're
whatever.
just so you're the bait. The bait.
Yeah, because
Slave.
they look at me, they go, "Caralho, that guy looked like what's his name? What's the guy who used to sing Calypso or whatever, the actor?" They say, "Look, it's Harry Belafonte." And Harry Belafonte, and I'm drinking mint juleps and stuff. And I go, listen, if you can't beat him,
Baba Leo. What
Baja Baleo,
did he sing? What was that song? It was
a
something
bunch of
about that.
different one, a bunch of different one. I know the one you're thinking of.
Right. Oh
Isn't it-
gosh.
Isn't that what that shit like? Me want go home or whatever.
Daylight
Daylight
come and
come.
me want
Yeah.
go home.
You
Exact.
guys have some
He
good
said
memories.
that. He said that.
Also, we all then fucking
Daylight
dark.
come and me want go home.
That's high. Yeah.
Yeah,
have some good
Zach, I'm
memories.
sorry for inviting you
Of
on.
course.
I invite people onto this show, and then I'm like,
Well, you're the one who called them a field Negro, porra. I'm focused on the man's intelligence and all the other stuff, okay? And we're talking about religion, we're talking about family, having multiple wives, and creating a foundation.
field Negro.
Yeah, caralho, unbelievable.
I'm just
Tasteless,
excited that
tasteless.
I at least get to the porch and maybe in the house. I think
Wow.
I get in the house. I know I have a lot of light up. I think I get in the house, and I think I'm like allowed to cook for people, and you know.
You've been in the house too long, caralho. We gotta season you up. I have a little bit of color still.
Oh, I know, like with the people who are asking if I'm the Hausa tribe. So Hausa
Yeah.
tribe in Ghana
Oh, yeah.
is usually mostly Muslims.
Oh, okay. You're not Muslim. You are Muslim.
Al Hazak Al
You're right. No, he's not
Hassan.
Muslim.
Come on, porra. It sounds like Malcolm X name.
No, my
I know.
My mom is
Assalamu alaikum,
Christian.
mama alaikum salam. Right.
Yeah,
My mom is Christian and my dad is a Muslim.
Okay.
yeah. And whatever daddy says goes. You understand how it works, Karyn Bryant?
No, I don't.
If I'm telling you to be a Scientologist, you're gonna do that one. Whatever I tell you, Alhan Hubbard is your god now. Then you're gonna do that one.
Razak,
Yeah.
moving on. I have to ask you.
Alhan Hubbard. Al Hazak Han Hubbard. No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
Let's do your
Okay.
e-meters. Let's do your e-meters. Your e-meters were off the chart the other day at the
Yeah.
post-fight presser.
Tell me about
talking
that.
about Joaquin Buckley. So here we are tonight. You're very polite. And I actually loved this about the presser because you were like, no. My mama raised me right. I'm a very polite man. But F you, Joaquin Buckley. Like you went off. So I don't know, and I know it was a split decision fight for you guys and stuff, but like did somebody say something? Like, why were you so fired up about Joaquin after the fight? And like, how badly do you want to get that rematch?
Because
Oh, here you go. Look at the.
Here we go.
I understand.
he is a bitch. He's a.
Look, when he start talking about him, he get like the Frankenstein versus Wolfman. He said,
Sorry,
"Look,
I'm not trying
He's
to like." So, he talked a lot of shit. When you talk a lot of shit, right? And in the back, he even brought me a card that says, "I will knock you the fuck out," right? Okay, motherfucker. Okay, yeah.
Okay, but you got to think about this. It's kind of slick though, because he's like he's lulling you into like, yeah, we're gonna bang, and then he goes, woo.
No, and not that just that. So after he did that, I went to him. I'm like, okay, you're gonna knock me out, right? If you're a man, let's go in the middle of the cage, right, and let's bang it out, and then we'll see whoever goes down first. I'd rather go in there and get knocked out, right, than the bitch ass fight he just did with that. That fight was one of the most boring.
Yeah.
I swear, because he said he's going to 170. I'm going to chase him over there, and I swear to God, I will fucking bash his head in. Because of him, I don't want to go to 170, but because of him, I'll go back to 170 so I can bash his fucking head in. That's what I'm going to do.
Now, how you gonna? Now this time, now you're gonna be ready for the fact that he's gonna try to choke you down.
And this time, I'll fucking be prepared for it. He shouldn't talk shit. This time, I'll fucking be prepared for it. Because when the way he talked, I think he's never even tried to take anybody down as much as he tried to take down with me in the fight. And especially from what you said in the back, we're gonna stand there and bang, and then fucking go back on your word. He's a pussy. He's trying to act all hard and shit up.
Well, you remind me. I have a similar situation with a man. I usually don't like to utter his name, but there's a fat pig out there who's from my country. It's a shame, and he's called Vinny Magalhães. Okay, he used to be in the UFC, and now he's whatever. I don't know what he's doing now.
He's doing quite well, actually, Vinny Magalhães.
Never mind that he's doing quite well, Paul. I'll decide if he's doing well. But it's like the same thing. He'd even bring it up. I hear maga, anything of that. I hear. I get,
Makes you want to punch his head in.
Yeah.
Push the hole in his head.
When you hear people even say something like, is somebody say like Charles Barkley? Do you even think of like his last name sound too close to that one? Or you don't like William Buckley. Yeah. Exactly. What about like? Can you watch your Joaquin Phoenix movies or no? Like the Joker. Maybe you can make a exception for Joaquin Phoenix now.
He's so good.
You can't even do that, huh? He's deep seated. You have a lot.
Nice about it. I sent him a message yesterday too, and I told him I was like, if you're not a bitch, I swear to God, you better fight me again. So
did he say something?
Hole in his head.
What did he say? Did he say?
He said he's moving to 170, and I told him I'll chase him at 170 so I can come fuck him up. That's what I told him.
And then what he said about that?
He said, yeah, well, let's make it happen. I'm like, his bitch ass run away. I heard he want to fight in March. And I told him, hey, if you want to fight in March, let's fucking fight in March. He's like, no, who said I want to fight in March? I don't want to fight in March or May or April. I'm like, he's a bitch. That guy is a fucking bitch. Acting all hard like he's.
But Razak, not for nothing, Razak. I think
careful, Karyn Bryant. Careful. Tread lightly, Karyn Bryant.
I'm just saying, Razak. I think you might. I'm sorry, my earpiece. I feel like you would need to cut off a limb to make 170, though.
I know.
Yeah.
So
both of you and Joaquin, like I think both of you would need to cut off a limb to make 170.
Yeah, why he's going to 170?
That's my last 3 170 fight was one of the most worst performances I've ever had.
Yeah.
In my life, and all 3 of them I missed weight.
Yeah.
But I know his bitch ass not gonna stuck in 170. He's gonna come back, and I'll fuck him up.
Here's what you need to do. You need to hold on to this beef for as long as you can, okay? Let it to simmer, let it to marinate, okay? And then, when the time is high, you do a BKFC with him. And then you have no chance. You know, you guys do a super. Let the grudge be legendary, like myself and Magalesh. You know, imagine if they did that. People would pay. People would pay. Who knows how much the gate and also the pay per view. But you need to get him into onto the BKFC or
And
whatever.
place he cannot try to do that. His bitch ass takedowns and stuff. So I can.
Well, yeah, and then you say, look, let's get in there, and then probably can make a big, you know, make the main event or whatever, you know, make a big money fight for him.
But here's the thing. I hate to see it, and I hate
Oh,
to
here we
play
go.
devil's advocate, but no, but like I get your frustration if someone says like we're just gonna go and we're gonna bang it out, and then they don't fight that way. But you know that in the UFC, you know, like the win supersedes everything, right? The win is the most important
but
thing, and
sometimes
so
it's a man's words. You know, you have to respect that. You know,
He's a man of his he but
you know exactly. You have to be a man.
he's a man of his word.
If you know you cannot,
I
do
get
then
that.
don't
If
talk
you
shit.
say we're going to stand in the middle of the octagon, like Ricardo Lamas and Max, you know, Max
Exactly.
Holloway,
Right there.
and you point to the middle, and we're both going to stand here and trade until one of us goes down. I get that. If you said that beforehand and then they didn't hold true to that, I understand why that's
That's what we
frustrating.
talked about. We talked about going in the middle. Let's go in there. Let's fucking throw and see who go down first. Like, okay, yeah, I'll bring it. Motherfucker, if he said that, why did you go fucking shoot a takedown? You see?
Well, you know, in his case, I think that he cared less about making his keeping his word and more about like winning the fights or
The
whatever.
win,
So
exactly. That's what I'm saying. He cared about the win
and
more.
this is not how you operate. But
Then you shouldn't talk.
I understand. I understand where you're coming from, my brother. I understand. But you know, you got to know that people do this trick where they say that and they go
True,
for the first
true.
time, you know. And that's maybe this is also maybe it's the greatest gift, true, because going look, nobody's gonna care about that one loss early on or whatever here. But when it really count, and then next time somebody goes, we're gonna bang in the middle or whatever, go, okay, sure, you know. Because truthfully, look, people, a fighter like you, if they don't want to bang with you
Nobody
because
wants to stand with you.
what's the
Exactly.
fucking point, you know, because they get if you do that with you, even if you're a powerful puncher, you're only giving yourself 50-50 chance, you know.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
basically
Yeah.
50-50. He knocked me out, I knock him out. Those odds is not great, you know. And
Nope.
when you look at the shape, I mean, when you in there beating up somebody, it kind of looked like, you know, a little bit like Tyson, a little bit like Joe Frazier or whatever, where you're just like lunging at them and knocking the shit out of these guys, and it's intimidating. And if they think, man, if I cannot deal with that, why the fuck I want to deal with that, you know?
Maybe I'm pissed off because he made me look stupid by saying that and then doing something else. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
kind of hurt my feelings. So
yeah,
that's why I said,
I understand. Yeah,
if I meet him in person
you,
and he's trying to talk shit, I swear to God, I'm
yeah,
going the African way. I swear to God, we'll
you owe
fight
him
till one
one.
person say I give up or one person.
Yeah,
I knock out.
I get that. Like, you know, yeah, you want to get it back. But if we're really talking about, you know, moving forward in the division, like, are there people that you see ahead of you where you go, hey, okay, now, like, there's some decent matchups for me? Because honestly, when we were talking, you know, when we talk about the middleweight division, and a lot of time at work when we're talking about it, and even just this weekend with Sean, you know, and Imavov, and obviously they fought at 205, but they are middleweight fighters.
Oh
And stuff.
yeah,
Like, but middleweight, more than maybe some other divisions, is the one that seems the most fluid and sort of more open. Like middleweight and light heavyweight kind of have more. There's more sort of opportunity there, right? Like there's sort of like a comp. Like for example, this weekend at 205, like house show, it's going to be like Shogun's last fight and stuff like that, right? Like so with middleweight, I feel like that too.
Well,
like there's kind of a hanging around of a certain amount of people that have been there a long time. But at the same time, there's a lot of young new talent coming in. So I personally don't think you should move to 170, but I think there's more opportunity for you at 85. But like, yeah, do you have like, I don't know if you and your coaches think about you know, like a hit list or a plot your way to the title, but you're doing well. And if you are listening to your coaches and showing maturity and stuff like that, like, what are your plans? Like, I'm not saying every person needs to come into the UFC and say, I want to be a champion. Some people just want to be prize fighters and make a lot of money, right? So what do you want to do? What are your goals? And do you have
course.
some names in mind that you'd like to fight?
To be honest, so for me, like even since I signed with Ali, I've never picked a fighter.
Okay.
Like
Ali
usually,
picked that one.
yeah, Ali would be like, "Hey, I have this guy. They offered this guy. What do you think?" I'm like, "Yes."
Okay.
You know, literally, like most of my fight, all of them, I've never said fight no to any fight. So for me,
Okay.
I will pick any. But this year, I really want to shoot for people in the top 15.
Good. You
know?
should.
So
Ali.
like, I'm gonna start looking, and I'm gonna start going to him like, "Hey, I want to get this. I want to get that. I want to get this. I want to get that." Because I've been in the UFC for a while. I gotta start making some fucking noise and fucking people out.
Right.
True. Well, you did. I mean, you did a double whammy because you've been knocking people out, but this time you spiced it up with some shit talking afterwards. And look, let's face it, you get attention. You get attention when you do that.
Totally.
You know. I mean, that's what everybody was. Yeah.
Like I tell people, okay, I'm a nice person, but I'm a fucking asshole. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a fucking asshole. Especially when it comes when it comes to my friends, I'm a fucking asshole. Like the side they see me,
Yeah.
the time they see me in the gym, at the house, I'm an asshole. I'm a fucking arrogant asshole. I am. I'm not gonna lie. You know.
Okay.
They tell me, not even at home. My wife tells me, you know, you're fucking arrogant sometimes. You know.
Yeah.
But,
Fair enough.
you know,
What's the punishment you gave to her for that one?
Wow.
No jollof rice for you. You go to bed hungry, caray.
No jollof rice and
Yeah. You withhold sex. Withhold
Yeah,
sex from
no,
her.
no African tube steak.
I'm spicy.
She liked that one. That's what attracted that one to you. Yeah.
Is your wife American or from Ghana?
No.
Well, no to which one? What about
Canadian?
She's from
Where's she
here.
from? She's
She's
American.
She's white, yes.
Oh, she's a white lady, caray. Oh, you got her doing all kind of cooking up. You had to teach her how to season the chicken and everything, caray. Now, wait, what kind? Okay, what kind of white though? Like, there's a lot of different stuff.
What kind of white? How?
There's
yeah,
Italian, there's
Minnesota white.
Irish, there's
A Minnesota white.
Oh, caray. Oh, does she have that like old Minnesota kind of
Yeah.
accent? Oh my God, porra. You got it made.
Minnesota white girl, Minnesota. Hey.
Yeah, you got it made. She's yeah. She's take care of you. She's massage you back. Yeah.
Big
Oh,
meal.
caray.
We're
And also
we're
she's a
using
good-
every stereotype right now, but she's
Never
gonna
mind
be
that.
big-
Me using
deal.
stereotypes. Now, now her. Now, do you make it? I hope you force her. Do you force her to put on the habib or whatever, the shajabi? What? I would. I go like this. Get that.
Is your wife Muslim?
No, she's a Christian.
What cut are you? I would now. You have to tonight. We're gonna convert that one. And you're gonna cover that one, cover the hair. Yeah. And if she's not careful, you're gonna put the mask here. What cut are you?
When she go to mosque with me, she puts on hijab.
Oh, thanks to my God. Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, at least we have that.
How many children do you have?
3.
By her or some other stuff?
Oh no, by her.
Hanato.
Not people don't have.
Pictures their children.
Some people have a blended families, like even the Brady Bunch. You have the 3 ones from that one and 3 ones from that one. Nice white people.
Are they in judo? Are they in martial arts already?
He already said they're Muslim. They're not They're not Jewish. They're Muslim.
Are they in judo? Yeah. Are they?
My son is in wrestling and gymnastics. Yes, my daughter is also about to start gymnastics, but the little one is too little to do anything. So the kickboxing and stuff, I teach them at home myself.
I'll check the little one and have him to working for me picking diamonds, you in Sierra Leone. You give to me, I'll train him. I'll make him. Well, I'll train him to work hard. I'll show him the value of the work hard.
I am so sorry.
An honest day's work for her.
I'm so sorry.
As long as you show him the African way, then we have it deal.
Yeah, the African way for her.
But it's funny though, Razak, getting.
Well, he showed his wife the African way for her. He introduced her to a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I was gonna my brain went somewhere else for a second.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, I was going to come back to the fight stuff, but like we were talking before with Kamaru, former champ, and now unfortunately Francis is leaving, our Cameroonian friend. But I am curious for you in terms of being in the UFC, because the way we do speak about, and I don't want to necessarily group all the African fighters together, but collectively there is a certain amount of ferocity and intensity and whatever. And I'm including, Dricus Du Plessis is from South Africa. Like, I'm just saying in general.
Yeah, but he's light-skinned. He don't
No, I know,
count.
but in general, we are starting to get more African fighters, right? And obviously, like I said, Francis and Kamaru have been there for a long time, and it was so great for me watching Wakanda Forever and seeing Kamaru in there and stuff like that. I love.
Here we go. Here we go.
No, I love it. I love it. And like I said, I have some friends that formerly were in EFC and different things, but like how much how much do you hear from your friends at home? Like, how big is the UFC in Africa? We talk a lot about saying at some point we'd love to have a UFC Africa, and I'm not exactly sure where that would be. If it would be in Morocco, or I've been to Morocco, it's beautiful, and or where it would be. But for you, I have to feel like part of you understands that, like, you are carrying the torch for African fighters, right? And like, do you feel a sense of wanting to represent for Africa well? Like, because I feel like when I'm talking about you, I want you to excel for Africa, if you know what I'm saying here. And
yes,
I'm curious how much you feel that responsibility.
Yes. So like for me, like it's a huge thing, especially for Africa. Like when it comes to like motivating the new. I've seen a lot of new people come out. I get a lot of messages from them. Hey, we're looking at you. We want to be like you. We cannot wait to get there. I do my best to kind of try and support a little bit, give them the wise word, anything I can say. So even this year I'm trying to visit back home. Okay. So I'm trying to hold a class when I go there, also to teach a little bit of what I know when I'm there. It's also to help the other people coming up,
Like teach them how to sneak into the country and to hide on the Greyhound bus.
Versus
and check a bus to Minnesota and meet some white women.
Exactly.
They will cook for you.
Over there to help them get some paperwork and stuff.
The black women in Ghana is gonna be like, get the fuck out of here. Don't be putting ideas in the fucking head.
Meanwhile, all the girls in Minnesota are like, okay.
Yeah, they ready for that one.
They're ready.
They had it. They want that stuff. Yeah.
Honestly, look, if it depends on how you were raised in back home. If you grew up with less money, there's no way you get a shot to come to America and then tell yourself, I'm going to go back.
Right.
No one. Absolutely no one. When they get here, they'll be like, no way. I'm not. Because one. So for me, the first time I ever saw $900 was 2 weeks before I came to America. And yes.
Wait, before you saw it? You didn't even have it? You saw somebody had it?
Somebody had $900.
I've never had $100 of my own money ever, or even seen one or hold one like this as my own money. Yes.
Yeah.
So,
and still now, because Ali keep that one for you, he still don't let you see $900. He said, "Hey, you want to see 900? Here, keep fighting, Carl. We'll get you there." And he said he's sending money back home and shit for you.
Ali and Triple C sitting there with all the money.
He's keeping it safe for me.
Yeah. That's Ali. Alibaba is what he is, Carl. Open sesame, Carl. Yeah, but he don't give you the password for that one to get to the treasure. He's gonna hold that one for you.
Ali is good.
I'm kidding. I'm playing. That's
I know.
Hey, listen, that's the stereotype about him. I don't know shit about his business. In fact, it would be funny to have him on here too. Yeah.
Yeah, at some point that'd be absolutely.
You love it.
Yeah.
So when I left All African Games, that was the pay they gave us. That was the first time I ever saw any. I was like, oh my God, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So that $900 was the one I used to get my visa paperwork and everything. So the money you guys gave me, that in my head, I'm rich now. I can live and eat as good. I used to make passport. Well, I already had a passport, but visa fee. And you think
Yeah.
I'm gonna come to America with that money you gave me when I could have been rich in Africa and sit for three
Oh,
years
yeah, yeah, yeah,
with
Yeah.
yeah,
$900. I came to America, and you think I'm gonna go back again
yeah.
and
Right.
then
Right.
and then spend 3 days with no food and sit at
Now
home? Hell no.
you're gonna get some more $900, Carollo.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a lot of jollof rice if you spend it high. Yeah,
No,
I
you're
get
right.
it.
You're right.
Hmm.
No, I want to see if there's more questions in here because I think there is. Let's see. I'm looking to see if there's some questions. But okay, so yeah, so we know that you.
Wait, I got a question. I got a question for him. Have
Yeah,
you
yeah.
seen? Have you seen these? One of my favorite. I'm obsessed with this. They have like Ghana homemade Ghana movie posters for movies that's out in America. That's like drawn like Ghana posters. Have you seen this shit?
Yes, I've seen some of them.
What do you mean? Like what?
So imagine this. It's like imagine like they showing a movie. Let's say they got their hands on like Mission Impossible or something like that.
Okay.
To show at a local theater in like a town in Ghana or whatever.
Right.
The local artists make like his interpretation
Oh, their
of the
own version of
poster,
the poster.
and that shit looks crazy. Like, and they have stuff that's not even happening in the fucking movie. It have Tom Cruise, and they have like a witch flying by and a fucking like stuffs from like something that happened in like Jerry Maguire or something,
Right,
like
some whole other.
it's like it's funny enough where you just look at it and I mean cheers laughing about this shit. Like I want to even buy some of this shit because it's out there.
If you think, okay, imagine if inside Ghana itself, some movie theaters, they will give somebody a chalk and a board, and they will let him draw a character from that movie in an action, and then write like Mission Impossible, and they draw it.
That's
Hey,
awesome.
hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. I like that kind of stuff, man. That's
Listen, my
grassroots.
And
daughter's
the
such a
drawing
great
doesn't
artist.
look
I'm just thinking if
anything.
like my daughter was the one to sketch the movie poster.
Send
That's
her to Ghana. Send her there.
God.
In fact, I think they're offering free citizenship for black people, and I'm not making that up. I swear to God, I'm not making that up.
And
They
my
was trying to
daughter's
get people, Americans, to Ghana. Yeah.
my daughter's very light skinned too, Razak, because my ex is a white guy. Not quite
But
from
she's
Minnesota,
basically
but
like
from
you.
Colorado. So my ex is a white guy. So yeah, my daughter is very, very fair skinned, and
Oh,
she's
nice.
actually
It makes
a really great artist.
But she kind of
Um,
look like you. She don't look like less. She look like she's just like She don't look less
she looks
black.
like me, but somebody who will get arrested fewer times. Yes.
Oh, Carallo, you're not gonna
Is
get
she
a half.
darker than you?
No,
No,
she looks a lot like me, but she is lighter than me, and she has like hazel eyes. But yeah, she doesn't look chocolate really at all.
no, but you can tell
Um,
she's mixed. You can't tell.
Well, here's the thing, Hanato. If you're chocolate, you see chocolate in her. If you're not chocolate, a lot of people don't see the chocolate.
That's-
You know
What
what
if
I'm saying?
what if I'm caramel though? Uh-huh.
A lot of people don't see it. A lot of people don't see it, and so they just literally just assume, she's a white girl because she's got, like I said, hazel. I mean, she's in a
Do they have caramel in or some kind of pudding that look like me in Ghana, like something
Yeah,
that the
so-
women,
They're called albino.
the one that look like me now, that look like
They're
this
called
one here.
unsexy. They're called
No,
unsexy, undesirable.
No, mine they have another word for
We
that
do
one.
have them, but
Yeah.
they're albinos. They're not.
No, I'm talking about the a kind of a dessert that they can associate me with,
He's
like
basically saying to you, Hanato, you're not attractive, and they don't like your type.
he knows better than that. He's too smart for that.
I'm always crazy, and Jay Crockett is saying they can always tell, and that's what I'm saying. Chocolate people can see chocolate in other people. I think
Yeah.
people who aren't chocolate don't necessarily see it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They do. So I gotta ask then too, when you're looking at like things like, did you? Whoops! I keep turning off on my music. I'm sorry. I got
Turn that
these
one off.
I know. I got these new headphones, and they whenever I turn.
Well,
Have
get
you
some
seen
old ones.
Wakanda Forever? Have you what do you like? Did like I'm it's
Why
funny
you gotta ask him about Wakanda Forever?
Actually,
Because-
I haven't seen the second one. So
because because here's my question. For a lot of us here in the States, I think we mythologize Africa still, and like there's a lot of misunderstanding about either how far advanced things are, or
They don't think what fucking is Wakanda. Come on now.
No. I'm not saying they think it's Wakanda. I'm just saying, like, when I was in college, I had friends from Kenya. I had friends from a lot of places in Africa, and they were very wealthy and doing very well. And like it. I'm saying
because all your friends was white people from Kenya.
They were black.
I'm kidding.
But that's what I'm saying. That the if I'm being honest, the prejudices and the let's say,
spit it out.
A lot of Americans haven't seen the world. Let's just put it. I'm just trying to phrase it in general terms. A lot of people don't really know what it's like over there. You know what I mean? And then you're joking that you don't want to go back and stuff like that. But like, are you trying to bring other people over here? Like, now that you are finding success, like, are you the anchor guy now? Like, are you bringing all your family here? Like, how is that working?
So for me, my family is right now, I only have one sister in Africa. The rest of my family are not in Africa anymore.
Oh.
So my sister is in Germany, and my brother is in UK, and I'm here. Oh. So we are all over the world. My mom came and lived with me for like 3-4 years.
Oh.
She hated it. My wife didn't like it much, so she went back.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But she didn't like it here because my mom is a very active woman. Like, she walks everywhere. Like,
it's too cold.
Yeah, back home when you come outside, your neighbors, you can have literally chat with your neighbors here. And I don't know none of my neighbors. I don't really know my neighbors.
Yeah.
It's a different culture. You're isolated.
She only watch TV, go to sleep. TV, go to sleep. She's like, if I stay here for too long, I'm gonna die. Back.
That's sad. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she knows where she feels at home. That's no problem with that.
I get that. I get that.
But like, in a way, the reason why I'm saying it depends on where you're from.
Yeah.
With the way I grew up, there's no way I'm gonna come to America and go back. But there's some people back home who are wealthy, or their family is wealthy enough. They go to good school that they can travel and come back, and they know they can go back again.
Right.
Sure.
Okay.
You like, man, I got one chance here. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't grow up with that privilege.
I understand.
Was poor, my dad is poor, right?
Yeah.
So pretty much growing up, at the age of 13, I was feeding my own self. At the age of 16, I was feeding my parents. So I had to find a way to be like, okay, run away.
Right,
so that was my chance to leave, so I can do better for them.
That makes sense. Well, it makes sense. Well, we're gonna let you leave here in a second, but somebody wanted to ask. They were asking, what are the toys on your shelf behind you, like that we can see?
How can you see that far? I didn't even notice that.
Steven is asking, what are the toys up on the shelf?
These are my figurines, one-piece figurines.
That's Strawberry Shortcake and Rainbow Bright and My Little Pony.
One piece.
I can see from here.
So I actually have a lot of them over there, and then the curio over there.
Oh, cool.
What kind of figurine you have in there, Uncle Hanachi?
They're all one piece.
One piece.
What the fuck? What the fuck that means? One piece.
It's the anime, like the One Piece.
Anime.
You've never seen? It's the one with the hand and the whole bit. My daughter's really into anime and manga and stuff like that. So
I'm gonna put you in a 2-piece if you're not careful.
I only wear 2 pieces.
Okay, 1 piece.
I have good abs.
So it's one of my favorite animes that I watch. So I started collecting them about maybe 10 years ago.
Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. That's very cool. Nice.
I collect figurines of the various action figures that have been made about me over the years, Yeah, I have all kind of ones, but let me just found one here.
I need to buy one of those. I need to buy.
Look, caralho. Look, he have all the stripes on there, and then he have the fruits and vegetables symbol on there. Look, he's having nice skin tone, the perfect hair, perfect, beautiful eyes, caralho. Dark and handsome, dark and stormy or whatever. Yeah, the women he sponsored that.
They
At
like
any
chocolate.
rate,
I like
Razak,
They like that.
how soon would we maybe expect to see you back in the octagon?
I'm really hoping March, if I can get some fight in March, I want to take it because Ramadan is coming. You know, Ramadan
Right.
is
Hamadan. Yeah.
an end of March, and I don't want to fight during Ramadan, so I want to
Because
fight
they
again
starve you.
No, I know
Yeah.
Bilal
Yes.
has fought during Ramadan, and it sucks. Like, yeah, he doesn't eat during
Yeah.
train. Like, it's hard.
I
Well,
fought in
maybe
Ramadan one time and it didn't go good.
I got a question. What if you was slick and you did like you do your camp so that the weight cut fall on Hamadan? So you like you kill two birds with one stone, Karaja.
Yeah, but then the daytime, since you don't have energy, your training is gonna be bad.
Right.
Is it
Oh wait, how long is Hamadan?
Because you can't eat during sunrise to
1 month?
sunset.
Oh, 1 month.
Yes.
Oh, that's not gonna work. The whole month? Oh, Karaja. Oh,
Yeah. So
Yeah.
from sunrise to sunset. Yes.
Yeah. They're
Hamadan
atoning
is
for their sins,
wow.
Hanato. Like, you would be atoning all day, every day. Like, you
That's
would
why I
be.
don't. Yeah, that's why I gave in my kufi years ago. Huh? I turned in my kufi and my dashiki. But I
No,
kept
you
this.
still wear the dashiki. I've seen
No,
you in the dashiki.
I wear a dashiki with no pants, no nothing, just nude. God, are you? It's a sobering. It's a
And then it's
striking.
the dashiki peaky. We see too
Yeah,
much.
yeah. Dashiki blinders. Um, yeah, I'm gonna have a show. But I got a.
Yes.
I'm gonna have
Ask him your
I have.
questions. We need to let him go soon.
Oh,
He's like,
okay, he can go. He's not in camp no more. He can do whatever the hell he wanted to do.
well, he has a
Okay,
life. Like,
he don't have a life now. This is his life now. You know, okay, so you know who's that kid who's like a little Haitian man? He's like a little. He looked like a man child, like a little Haitian midget, little guy. Whose
Hezbollah?
name is Hasbulla.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Okay, so you know his sworn enemy. He have an enemy that's another little guy. You know that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what his fucking name is?
No.
His name is Abdul Razak. I'm not kidding. So I shit you not. And when you type in you thing, it come up. It get confused with Abdul Razak. You know? Yeah. You have to. He's stealing your followers, boy, huh? So you gotta be careful. You gotta tell Ali to deal with this, okay?
I gotta
Yeah.
say
Oh,
some
doesn't
violence
Ali
in
rep
Vegas, not just
Hezbollah
Buckley.
too?
Now, well, they both Muslim, I think. Hezbollah and Abdul Razak. True. Yeah. So this is at least there's that.
Please
Alhamdulillah.
don't beat up
Um,
Hezbollah.
no, but I like Hazak. I like him because he can sing. He have the voice of an angel, kind
Uh,
People
but
are
he
like,
looked like
wait,
a.
are you talking about Cejudo?
He looks similar to Cejudo, but he's looked like a ventriloquist doll. He's like a Muslim ventriloquist doll.
Oh, I love me some Triple C. Oh God, oh
Mm.
God, oh God. You guys are
Nice.
crazy. By the way, yeah, Ryan sings Unc Hugo Commando in your dashiki.
Yeah, I
you
sell
Joaquin.
being part. Yeah, that's the fruit. Not NOI, that's FOI. That's the fruit of Islam, for her. Being part, my brother. You know what I'm saying? The young people don't have no knowledge of self. You dig? So we have to pull these young blood coat. You know what I'm saying, and teach them knowledge of self. Karaji.
Razak, before we let you go,
Yeah.
I gotta ask, what kind of music do you listen to? What do you listen to when you're getting hyped up? What do you listen to when you're working out? Like, what's your thing?
African
music
drums.
all the way.
Yeah.
African music, like
Is it?
that's all I listen to. African music every time. The high lives, the R&B's.
Oh, so let's be honest now. Let's be honest. Who have the better Afro, African funky stuffs in Nigeria? Come on.
Well, okay, right now, Nigeria is putting out some good ass music. I'm not gonna,
Okay.
I'm
Come
not
on.
gonna hate that. Right now they are good. Like,
Yeah, and they have it like Fela Kuti. I mean, come on, let's be honest.
Historically, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, listen, I'm sure Ghana is coming up or whatever. But unlike the Jollof Heist,
and then
Yeah.
Nigerians like bye bye. So they take
Yeah.
the baton a little bit right now.
Yeah.
You know?
I like that you're honest about that, my brother. But that showed the
But
humility
the love
for.
rice, all us.
It's
Okay,
all you.
but you're compromising now. That's good. At least this is a start. You know.
That's how you know you're
What?
dealing with somebody honest, when they can compromise and admit Somebody might do something well as
Yeah.
also, you know.
And he put more weight to the Jalop heights because it mean he don't just say or anything
Our
Ghana is
stuff's the
better,
best
you know.
all the time. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I like that.
Well,
You guys
listen,
need to try
Razak.
jollof rice now.
Oh yeah, now I gotta go get some.
I
jollof
want
rice.
you.
Like I said, I literally can walk. I live near the whole Fairfax.
Yeah,
Citrus
but
in
they don't have
Wisconsin.
that.
Oh,
No, I know for people who don't know, but like literally, I live near this like row of Ethiopian and other
Yeah,
African restaurants.
little
but
Ethiopia.
Ethiopians will not have it. Ethiopians do not have it. Go find a
No.
West African place.
Okay.
Get it from there.
I think they might have something
Jollof rice,
out
yeah,
here.
they might.
No, not in. I'm saying they might have some West African style. You're gonna have to look for that one. You're gonna have to find that one.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not mad at. Are there going to be some dudes there too?
She said there's gonna be some men in there. Yeah, I'm sure.
Are there? I mean, I'm single.
I don't know.
So I'm.
Hey, if you go to West African place, there'll be a lot of them in there. They'll be sitting in there. Probably.
Yeah, don't wait. They're gonna make themselves known to you. They're not shy,
You
okay?
think? Maybe I need to hang out in like African places a little more.
Maybe you do. They know how to deal.
Do
with
they
you.
like Western girls?
Come on,
Come
you know
on,
they do.
come on, Karyn. That Creole look you have. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, I might need to do that a little bit more often. But we have definitely kept you far too long, Hanato. Before when I was talking to Razak before, I was like, I don't know how long you can stay, and I'm going to try to let you out. And we have kept him for a really long time.
But that's because we're having fun. This is one of the. First of all, I'm going to tell you something, Hazak. This is one of the most fun interview,
It's been really
and
fun.
also it's one of the longest one that I didn't even felt like it was a long time. So
Yeah.
this was a treat. This was a treat for yeah.
When
I
he
agree
got
because
on,
I looked at the clock and I was like, oh my God.
I was laughing the whole time when he got on, so I was
Yeah.
really enjoying it. So it was
I'm so glad because we never met in person and stuff like that, and it's always a treat because listen, you don't know how someone's gonna be,
I don't know.
True.
So you it's a pleasant surprise. Not that we didn't think he was gonna be fun, but it's even better than we could have
thank
drew
you
that
for
one
having
up.
me.
It was a pleasure, my brother, and. Listen, I want nothing but the best for you. I want to see you.
Thank you.
I want to see all the dreams come true and all that. And hopefully we get you hang out. And man, who knows? You take us to Ghana. I'm gonna do some seminars out there.
And I'll get you multiple wives when I take you there.
I love that. And then I'm gonna have multiple ex-wifey, and then I'm never gonna win back ever again.
It's going to be a lot of Brazilian, Ghanaian kids running around.
A lot of albino after that one. They're gonna be looking like Yellow Man from Jamaica or whatever. They're gonna go, what the fuck happened to our culture? What happened to the gene pool or whatever? And then I'm like gingerbread man. I'm like, I'm out of here. You can't catch that one.
But I gotta admit, I gotta second everything Hanato just said here, and I said that before, Razak, before you got here, that it's crazy that we've never met before. But I've obviously been a fan of your work. I see you knocking fools out, and I talk about you all the time. And it's been same for me. A really, I don't want to say a pleasant surprise because it's not like I didn't know you had personality, but yeah, it's great to meet you and to know that you're as cool as you are. And so now I'm even more invested the next time you fight, and we'll have to have you back and stuff. But like literally,
yeah,
you're a wrecking machine. And whether or not it's in the first round or the second round, like people know if we see your name on a fight card, we're like, oh,
there's danger.
Like here we go. And so, and the cool thing is that the matchmakers know that too. And whether or not you get a Buckley rematch or whatever, like they're gonna probably just keep putting you in with bangers,
I hope so.
Yeah. Yeah, and now our fans is gonna be you fans, I'm sure, after this interview. And so I want you to give them your Instagram handle. So everybody watching him now, follow this guy, give him some fucking support. What's your Instagram?
My Instagram is Razak Judo.
Razak Judo. You heard it here.
Judo.
Yeah, not Abdul Razak.
No, yeah, Razak
not
Judo.
The other one. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, Razak Judo. Okay, my brother.
Listen, it's really been great. And honestly, for all your friends that were calling before, this is going to be on YouTube. It's on Fistivities.com. It's going to be on Stitcher and Amazon and Apple Podcasts and all this stuff. Everybody download it. But I hope at some point we get a UFC Africa, because obviously you would be on that card.
One day.
dude, I so hope because I'm like, well, I gotta be working that one. You know what I mean? Like the only place in Africa I've been is Morocco, but I loved it and I'm desperate to get back to Africa.
And I swear to God, if they go there, they will see one of the most, I don't know how to explain it. So one of the most hyped arena ever.
I bet.
It's
I
gonna
bet.
be so loud.
They're gonna be grateful for that. Yeah.
Yes.
It would be awesome. It would be awesome. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us. And like Hanato said, like I'm sure all our fans are going to be your fans now if they weren't already. But thank you for all the times you've delivered. Listen, 12 UFC, like he knocks everybody out, Hanato.
Yeah,
like,
it's time for people to be knowing you name one now, and hopefully now they're gonna know someone. I think you're gonna get. It's gonna be good for everybody.
I think so too.
Thank you so
I think
much
so too.
guys.
But thank you so
my
much
brother.
for joining us, and yeah, we will see you soon.
And how you say goodbye? How you say goodbye in Ghanaian?
I'm saying bye-bye.
Ah, come on, give me something just like you say.
So if you say welcome means akwaba.
Akwaba.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Yes, akwaba. Welcome.
Akwaba.
Yes.
Akwaba.
I don't know that they did this Wakanda forever.
Well, it's like Shaka Zulu. Akwaba. Akwaba. That sounds like Portuguese. Okay, I say that all the Akwaba. Okay. Okay, my brother. Okay, check care.
Thank you,
Ciao, my brother.
You are awesome. It's been great to see you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Okay. Akwaba, my brother.
Bye.
Akwaba.
Okay. Okay. By the way,
that was fun.
How cool is he?
That was great. Hey, look, he right off the bat, he was having fun from the first second he came on there.
I'm so excited right now because to me, this is really fun, right? A lot of the time we have people on that we already know and like they're our homies or whatever. Like to me, this feels special and fun to talk to somebody that I don't know at all, really, and to find out they're cooler than I thought they even were. Like I thought he was cool, and he's even cooler.
Well, he's also, sometimes people can be cool, sometimes people can be nice, whatever. Not everybody's a good interview.
Right.
He's a great fucking interview. Like he's also an easy interview. Sometimes it's like pulling teeth. Not always, but sometimes people is, for whatever reason. Sometimes people just maybe they don't like being interviewed or they on the spot, whatever. He make your job fucking easy,
I'm so excited. Like that was just pure enjoyment for me. Like I loved that.
That was fantastic. It's like hanging out with a friend, like a friend that you've known for years and you don't even know the guy yet. But now we do know the guy,
Yeah, and I'm excited because knowing, like I said, knowing that there's still so much future for him, right? There's still so much upside for him in the UFC.
That's really all there is upside for him. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. And he's like, he's got a lot going for him, this guy,
Totally. Yeah. That was awesome. I'm just like straight up enjoyed that.
Well, in period, a lot of people notice that they get a different versions of the fighters that they love on here, different than they used to, people is able to be themselves on here,
For sure. Jay Crockett saying that was a good one. For sure. You
know what?
No guest has enjoyed the show as much as he did.
That's true. I mean, some people, maybe Halls was. Halls and also
Razak had such an infectious energy, great chemistry. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's so likable.
Yeah.
What a good dude.
What else I like about Razak is that he's very honest and real without coming off like an asshole. Like a lot of times people who is like just brutally honest and always just, hit you, they can come off like abrasive or something. And he's honest and real and don't duck any questions without a chip on his shoulder. Like he's going to be honest, but except for when he talk about Buckley. But aside from Buckley, that's his kryptonite. I'm telling you, it's like Magalhães.
I know. That was the whole thing is like at the post-fight presser, he's so polite and everything.
I saw.
But with Buckley, he's like, but
and then he go like this. He makes the choking. He go, Buckley.
But then he's like, but my mama raised me right, and I'm polite. But F Buckley. Like,
listen, you know,
listen,
we
some people
all
get
have that
listening.
person. We all have that person. You know?
Some people listen. AA saying Karyn wants UFC Africa just so she can find her own Ngannou. Look it.
Listen, we know what Karyn Bryant know where her what's it Jaffa rice is buttered. You know where you Haffa Habavi, what is it, Jahafi Jahafi Jaffa rice.
Yeah.
Jahafa. Now I know the secret has to be true. I'm gonna start making that shit for African women.
Oh yeah.
Even African American. I'm gonna be like, you gotta know your history, kind of. I'm gonna put some fucking almond seasoning in there, some hot salt and pepper, and some fucking tomatoes and onion.
But just call it
Yeah,
Jafala rice
and go,
or
baby. You
whatever.
never had this fucking Jahafa rice. She's like, it tastes like shit. Like, never mind that. I'm like, you don't even know so good. You don't know what hit you.
A dash of roofie in it.
I can put in there to sprinkle that to spice up. That works. Why not?
Okay, Hanato.
Yeah.
I'm curious for you what you want to do because so I have a bunch of like footage from the rest of UFC.
Wait, Jahufi rice, whatever. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do now before any
Roofie rice.
Jahufi. Now I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna take a nice relaxing piss in my own bathroom because I almost did it in the middle of his shit, but I did not want to disrespect him because we was having so much fun. I was like, I want to save this for Karyn Bryant.
Go ahead, go. Just don't belabor it. Just go.
I'm not gonna belabor it, but I'm not gonna cut it off too soon. Okay. All right.
Just go because I might have to go after you. And this is it's funny because I know at one point I had put up I had like an interlude music or visuals or something to put up. I am gonna I'll have to make it like an intermission video for us or something like this, or we'll just trade sides. But honestly, I'm not even kidding when I say that, that was really, really fun for me. A real joy to just get to know somebody that I don't know. And for him to be as cool as he was, that was really great. So I'm really, really psyched that Razak could join us. That was awesome. Like that was just really cool. Hey, Mystic Black asking a question here. Who's my favorite band that I've ever interviewed? It's a good question, Mystic Black. And it's interesting that you asked me that. So and for those who can see over my shoulder here, this is a poster. It is signed by 3/4 of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. They are one of my all-time favorite bands. So I would have to say Mystic Black that would be one of my answers. Unfortunately, that day, Chad had to go get his drums fixed. So he couldn't come to the radio station where I worked. But that has Flea and Anthony and John Frusciante signed it. And then you can't see, but even over here a little bit more, there is a Pearl Jam. As you can see, that is a Pearl Jam record that is from the platinum, when their record went platinum, and that is dedicated to me because I was a VJ at MTV when that record went big. So Pearl Jam is also another group that like I love, and it was always really cool to hang out with them. But like the Chili Peppers are one of my favorites. In terms of bands that I interviewed, oh my God, there's like a lot, but basically, Jane's Addiction, Red Hot Chili Peppers, those are some of my favorite people. So I have interviews from the past with Dave and Steven from Jane's that I love so much. And the reason I'm saying it's interesting that you bring this up is because I finally got a system. Hey, he's back. I have a bunch of old VHS tapes, and I finally got a system that I'm supposed to start integrating, and hopefully it works, to digitize a bunch of my old videos. So hopefully I'll be able to bring a lot of those old interviews from, MTV in different places and digitize them again. A lot of people, Hanato, Mystic Black was asking what's my favorite music interview. And a lot of people recently had noticed on YouTube, somebody had found an old interview I'd done with the Goo Goo Dolls. And it was the first time they had played Name, and it was cool. It was from a show I did back. Yeah. So I have a lot of really cool music interviews and stuff like that. So I don't know. But my favorites would be, like the Peppers and Jane's Addiction and stuff like that.
Who's the Peppers and the Google, with the Gaga, Lady Gaga?
They do like Iris and Name and different stuff. And one of the shows I did was literally, and I didn't know, it was like the first time they had even played Name. And like
I don't know the whole catalog.
Oh, it's a really beautiful song.
I don't know the whole catalog of the Doodoo Dolls or whatever is that one.
And you're right, Ryan. I have an interview with Social D, and those guys are great. I love.
That's what I call my Johnson, Social D, huh?
VT, they're not online yet, but that's my point. Is I'm going to digitize these and then put them online, and I have some cool stuff that I'm going to put out. Yeah,
she's going to digitally put your Uncle Hanacho in there next to her.
No, I'm really not though. And their band. I never interviewed Kurt Cobain, but I met him.
Kurt Cobain.
Kurt Cobain. I never interviewed Kurt Cobain, but Nirvana came to MTV when I was a VJ there. So I actually, if I had been prepared, I would have grabbed it. And I'm actually going to start doing little, either little TikTok-y things or reels about like some of my cool stuff that I have. But I literally have part of his guitar because when they came and played at MTV, they smashed it. And like I have part of Kurt's guitar and stuff like that. Like I have some really cool things. I do.
I want you to get it back to his family. You stole that. I got a question.
Okay, is it my turn to take a break now?
Now,
can you entertain the people?
Before, think about this long and hard while you're doing that. Did you ever interview Morris Day from the Chime?
No, that would have been cool.
Oh wow. That's all I wanted to know.
Do you think you can entertain people while I'm gone for a second?
I'll give it my best shot. I'll give it the old college try.
How about this, Hanato? Why don't you find out from the people if they want to talk about the fights that happened this past weekend or if they want to look ahead? Because we have B-roll from both. We have B-roll for the whole main event, all the main event fighters coming up. So the two titles, and we have Chief's Choice.
The only thing I would want to show to them, just because out of his fact and also because he was such a fun guest, is to give our boy Razak some more shine and show a little bit of his knockout.
I know, but he wasn't on the main card, so I don't unfortunately have that B-roll, and that's the thing.
Oh, that hurts.
So when I get the B-roll from people,
I forgot. I got you.
Card. I know, because I was thinking the same thing. I would have done it while we were talking to him.
Then why belabor the point? The only other thing is maybe Hockey because she was on the show.
Right. So I have Rocky footage. She
made me proud.
Talk about that because there's a funny story. Actually, I do want to talk about that. I'll be right back. But there was a funny story about Ketlin and Dede in her corner and a funny Brazilian. Be right back, but entertaining for a second.
Okay, I'll entertain that once. I'll ask them some questions. Okay, what's going on here? Yeah, Razak was a lot of fun, caralho. No more chance. Yeah, thanks. Oh, your name is Super Heifer? Well, I'm glad I could help you with that one. You'll probably smoke some Super Heifer while you're playing video games. When I watch all the episodes from Hanato LaRanja. Oh, thank you, my brother, or my if you're a female, my gachina. Love watching her go. Yeah. Yeah, but okay, look, even if Tracy Cortez is single now, I'm friends with Brian. I can't do that. Even though she would be overjoyed to get a chance to be with your Uncle Hanacho. I have to let the dust to settle at least for a couple of weeks. Now I don't think Chuck Norris could beat that one because he used to get handled by the other the Machados and stuff like that. But he's learned some jiu-jitsu. But Chuck Norris is old now, caralho. I purchased a copy from Primstick Pulpit after glowing endorsement. Oh, well, hey, look, it's gonna be a collector items at one point. Do I think Karyn is a spinner? No, she's got too much cheeks for that. You have to you can't take that lightly, or you're gonna get gassed in the first round. She's got carve on there. Tell us why. New Jack City is not my favorite movie. I love that one though. Two cushiony seats with phone book. Sometime if you don't play your cards right. Does anyone be? Yeah, people get very angry sometimes, but what they're gonna do is this is Hanato LaRanja you're talking about here. You're right, Crockett. You gotta send to me send to me in one of my posts or whatever. Don't send me a private message just on one of my posts. Send to me, remind me, say, hey, I want to have you for a seminar, and then I'll get you from there. But just do it in a comment on a post on one of the recent posts. KB is a career criminal. He'll street chaff. True. She's born on the street.
Oh yeah, that's me.
I love True Romance. One of my favorite.
Okay.
True, I seen him in there, Jean-Claude.
Jean-Claude, yes.
He was in, he's an extra in Breaking.
He had a small role, they're saying, in Breaking in 1980.
It's a little smaller than a hole. It's a fucking extra, he was. Oh, so it's Ice Cheese in there, too. Yeah, no, I remember seeing that in the theater, the fucking True Romance. What a fucking movie.
True Romance is such a great movie.
Love that movie. And to see it in the beginning before Tarantino, by that time I had only seen Reservoir Dogs. So like the voice of Tarantino was like special, you know?
I'm one of those people who, like was sort of, how do I phrase it? Like, along for the Tarantino ride from Jump Street. Yeah, like I remember I saw Reservoir Dogs 3 times in the theater. I remember seeing True Romance, like all of that. Like the guy that I let me see. The guy that I was dating at the time, who luckily I'm still friends with, which is really cool. Or friends again with, how I should phrase it that way. Wasn't allowed to be friends with him for 20 years, but we're friends again. At any rate, that's who I saw all that stuff with. And it was it like really imprinted on my brain. Like Reservoir Dogs made a real imprint on my brain. I like to write, and I'm
special movie.
I'm actually, I have a screenplay that I've actually had started a long time ago, and I found part of it again, and I'm going to actually pull it off. And it is anywhere near like Reservoir Dogs. My only point is he's so good with dialogue. Like Tarantino is so great with dialogue. Like how many of those things that he's written are memorable to us, right? That we remember. Like I literally, if you go to a drive-through or whatever, you're like, quarter pounder with cheese. Do you know what they call it over in France? You know what I mean? Royale. Like say what again? Like there's so many things that he has written that became part of our normal dialect. And so I find Tarantino, I really like his movies. I know some of the stuff he does is problematic and whatever. But I think he's freaking gifted, and I really enjoy his movies.
It's interesting, and even it's funny because I listen to a podcast where he's sometimes on this movie nerd podcast, for cinephiles and stuff, and he was talking about it wasn't even about his movies, it was about somebody else. I think they was talking about some Italian director or something like that, and they said something like it wasn't Fellini. It was one of the because
I know he likes his spaghetti westerns and stuff.
Yeah, it was one of these kind of guys who does the spaghetti westerns, and then also the police police crime shit. They call them polizzi or whatever the fuck kind of movie. Yeah, there's a genre of that one. Anyway, he was saying that people use the term like the guy's characters are problematic or whatever, and he goes, I love fucking problematic characters. Like the thing is like, well, Darth Vader's he didn't say this, but I just thought Darth Vader's fucking problematic or whatever. Like, what do you want? Everybody to be nice and everybody to be, use the right words and stuff. It's like life is problematic. Life have problems, and that's where drama come from. And so, you're gonna have a fucking problematic characters. You know what I mean?
You just gave me, wow, that's crazy. You just actually gave me a real bit of insight too to something. Like I just said, there's a script that I have that I'm going to start writing because it was an idea that I had a long time ago. And the other day I was showing my kids something, and I was like, blah, 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 and we were going through stuff. I was like, holy crap. And it turns out that I had actually written out like a full-on treatment and like the whole flow of the movie, the whole plot of the movie, everything. Like all I need to do is plug in dialogue. And by saying all I need to do is plug in dialogue makes it sound like it's easier than it is, because obviously dialogue is the whole entire movie. But the fact that I have all the beats of the movie written out already, all the rhythm,
that's the hard part.
The whole thing.
That's the hard. That's the not fun part. Yeah,
you're right. But what you just said about having the dark side is something that I hadn't considered for the main character, because the main character, while she, I've already thought about her arc, but and she's obviously the heroine, but I didn't think about the dark side to the heroine, and now you
Yeah.
just reminded me that nobody's perfect, right? Like,
Yeah, why you gotta like
because all these
everybody?
things
Why?
that I in
Yeah.
my mind that I have in mind for her are all like good things, and you're going to root for her because she's trying so hard and she's working so hard. But you're right, she needs to also have something where you go, well, that part about her is not great, because
But
we
that's
all
how
have
life
that.
is. That's how life is. You know, you have someone that you love, and then you find out some shit about them, and you go, man, do I still like this?
Right.
You have to hassle with that. It's not always so fucking easy.
You're so right,
Yeah.
dude. Thank you for that. You honestly just gave me such a great insight to what to add to that. That is fantastic.
What a
Thank you
fucking
for that.
surprise. What a surprise.
Honestly, Hanato, thank you. That I'm not even kidding you. I'm literally excited. And
you're
it's got
welcome.
Willem Dafoe in it, Enderband. I wish. So my movie
Oh,
should
that
have
would be
Willem
nice.
Dafoe in it. Oh, he's talking about Wild at Heart. I missed the first part of his comment. He said,
Oh, Wild at Heart.
reminds me of TRS. You're right, but it's
Listen,
David Lynch, so it's about David Lynch is
Wild
fantastic.
at Heart.
Wild at Heart.
That's one of my favorite Willem Dafoe, because he played Bobby Peru, and he have those nasty teeth, and a big sound come down from Bobby Peru when he take a piss.
Well, I told you I interviewed Willem Dafoe once, right? And
you might have. I think you were so kind to tell us that before.
I was so excited, and it was.
I bet you were.
I'd have to look back. I honestly, which is crazy now that I'm thinking about it, I can't.
It was probably for one of his crummiest parts, like the villain in Speed 2 or something.
So I'm saying, honestly, no. I'd have to I can look at IMDb and I can actually figure out what movie it was for. But
I think that they could live without that. The fans could live.
I know they could probably live without knowing. I think everybody's probably gonna sleep. But anyway, the cool thing about it was when I like to, like I was explaining to my kid, I interviewed Tommy Lee Jones at one point too. And Tommy Lee Jones, is known for being like a jerk. And he's kind of retired from acting now, but like his reputation was that he literally would make interviewers cry.
It's a little prickly.
He's mean, right? Prickly, exactly. Because he's smart and he's brittle and he whatever. And so, but he went to Harvard and all this stuff. I went to Brown. So a lot of these people that do these interviews or whatever. Say. So I literally, though, when I interviewed him, he's all like, and whatever. And I was like, oh, okay, Mr. Harvard or whatever. And I was like, I went to Brown. And I think I probably said something like, we beat you at, look at me, like effing fencing or something, right? Like at the head of the Charles, we blew you up the head of the Charles or something like that. But immediately that made him go, oh, okay. Like you're not stupid. And honestly, it was it's a weird thing to say, like I had to flex, but with somebody like that, where is notoriously mean, like you better flex.
Yeah. Well, you beat them.
You're not a pushover.
Right. And you beat them in the debate team and the Model UN and all that kind of stuff.
I wasn't on the debate team and I was not in the Model UN.
You was on the chess club.
I wasn't. I worked in the radio station. I was a radio. I worked in, I was just a nerd who worked in the radio station. Okay, wait, look at, I'm trying to
what's Brown's version? What's Brown's version of like the fucking National Lampoon or whatever? Did you guys have some stupid
Brown Daily Herald, which I did write for well, that was just our regular newspaper, but I did write a whole article about my week out seeing
antiquing, your week out antiquing in Cape Cod. I
wrote an article for my college paper. I wrote an article and I probably have it right behind me about the week I spent following Jane's Addiction around.
Oh, that's not too shabby.
Right. So I came out here to LA to visit my friend Paul, who was a record rep for Warner Brothers Records, and my friend Tommy, who is a DJ here in Silver Lake and stuff like that. And so I spent a week, I saw Jane's Addiction 3 times in 1 week. And so, and like one time was like at the Fonda, one time was at a party, and like one time was at like down in Long Beach.
At a party, that sounds exciting.
Oh yeah, like a private party in the Hollywood Hills, and listen, like that's whenever I hear Atomic Dog, like Parliament Funkadelic, I think of this party that
they did their version of that.
To see Jane's Addiction and like drinking wine and stuff with them. Like I've seen them a bunch of times and have interviews with them and stuff, like pictures, and I could grab pictures. I have pictures with the guys now. I could show you.
I've seen Perry Farrell used to be at all the fucking Hollywood parties. I used to see him all over the place.
Right, because he's a surfer here. I've run into him on the beach. Like literally, like
he's always with some nice looking girls and shit too.
Exactly. Yeah, no, exactly. For real. Yeah.
I like that song. I like that Been Caught Stealing. I like that for some reason. I love that song.
So good. But yeah, no, a lot of these guys.
Your uncle Hanacho, when he was a kid, used to have, what do you call it? You have like light finger. What's the the word sticky fingers or whatever.
Sticky fingers, 5-finger discount. You would pick
Yeah.
things up.
I used to be like, yeah, help myself to that one.
So, okay. So here's the thing. I might have interviewed Tommy Lee Jones probably for, it was either for like affliction or.
Are we still talking about?
Sorry.
Oh wait, I thought we was. You're still talking about Willem Dafoe.
I moved on. Anyway, whatever. Anyway.
Well, that's good. Wait, oh, he was in Affliction. The one with what was it, James Coburn and fucking
sticky. Okay.
Nick
So
Nolte.
here's the question. Arvin has a question, and I guess that's my thing. So here's the thing. I was asking you if we should look back at what just happened or look ahead. But the one thing I wanted to say, and like you said, you mentioned Raquel. The one thing about her her fight is that so her coach is Andre Pederneiras, Vieira's coaches.
Yeah.
So I guess at one point during the fight, and this is some hilarious thing that happened in Brazil, and I'm sure Hanato, a lot of your friends have talked to you about this, but apparently there was a low blow in the fight. And
I remember very well.
Catlin got hit low blow.
Yeah.
So apparently in the corner. So I was out after the fights with my friend Evie, who is formerly of Globo, who is now with Banji. And, the whole thing, UFC have switched now and it's on Fight Pass, and she, works with UFC and all this stuff now. So my girl Evie is the reporter, and Fabiano is the translator, the one who is so fantastic that everybody loves. So we were all out afterwards, and he's like, so here's the thing. He's like, I'm there and I'm supposed to translate like everything I hear. He's like, so the day when she gets that low blow, he goes over and he's all fired up and, and whatever. And he's fired up about the fight too. And he's like, Periquito tá okay. Tu periquito tá okay. Your periquito, is your little parakeet okay. And like, it's a little, as you know, colloquialism, let's say, for lady parts.
Yeah.
And so apparently Fabiano hears Periquito tá okay, and he's like, oh my god, like,
well, he probably just goes, he's asking, are you okay in there or whatever? Are you okay? Yeah.
So
what else Fabiano you gonna say?
Says, like, is your crotch okay? I guess he used the word crotch, which even still,
that's fair enough.
It's fair enough, but even
I mean, it was her crotch.
It is her crotch, and but it's just one of those words.
It's just a term of endearment. It's a term of endearment.
Whatever. It's just one of those things that people it's just one of those things that makes people uncomfortable because Americans are prudes or whatever. It's just a funny thing. It's just a funny thing to talk about anyway. Yeah. Low blows with girls is a whole just sort of other kind of story that is just funny to some people.
And it's mysterious because we know goddamn well what a kick to the nuts does to a guy.
Right.
We're kind of not too clear on what it does to a female. You know what I mean? Like, we know for sure it shuts you off.
Obviously.
No, I understand that. I understand that. But I
hope you know.
I know that. I do know that.
Men should know.
We do. But let's just put it to you this way. I'm sure it's a very different kind of experience.
Yes.
Then, like, I don't think there's been too many fights canceled because a female couldn't got up from a vagina
Girls
shot.
don't puke like you would.
Yeah, it's a fucking different stuff. I'm not saying they don't hurt, you know what I mean? Like, it hurt. You get kicked anywhere in your fucking body, you know what I mean? But I think it's like,
it's different.
I'll put it to you this way. One thing. This is a good way to equate that one. Okay, if you get blasted on your left side by a big kick, okay, that shit hurt. Okay, it's gonna hurt no matter what. But if you get blasted in your liver, it's very different. It can shut you the fuck off, Whereas this might hurt like the Dickens, but it's not gonna shut your body off. Well, imagine if like we have a liver down there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like that thing is like an on-off switch. Like, you fucking dead. You know what I mean? If it hits you the hard way, you're not getting back up.
Agree. No, I totally understand.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just saying that's the difference.
No, I get it. I fully get it. And I have not been in a fight, but I used to be a goalkeeper in soccer.
Yeah. So you kicked a lot of guys in the nuts.
I have been kicked there. I have taken very, very, very hardly kicked balls to the chest. You know what I mean? On a cold fall day in Massachusetts where the ball is very hard. Like it has hurt.
Yes.
So yeah, I have felt it. But yes, I even at my worst, I know it's not the same, as what
It's like a thing that don't make sense. It's like the only thing, like I said about the liver, it's like it don't seem like that should drop you, but if you get hit there even a little bit, you're like, oof, you know what I mean? Or no, on this side, it's very it don't make sense. Like, why should that just shut you off? But it does,
Right.
And so it's a similar thing. It's like it's made up of stuff that's not meant to be, but champered with.
Right. I get that.
Yeah.
Well, so I guess we can I can look ahead. We have Chidi's choice for the two
people would like to see
fights.
that. I think people a couple of people mentioned Chidi's choice.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so here we go. So
and they was deprived last time, so they weren't.
I know, because like
starving.
I said, it was a last minute change of opponent, and I was unable to secure Chidi for Chidi's choice. Here he is for Teixeira versus Hilda.
And welcome to another edition of Chidi's Choice. Today, the Fistivities bearded dragon mascot will be choosing the UFC 283 main event between former champ Glover Teixeira and Jamal Hill. What we do is we put Chidi down, but first we take these names, we ball them up. We don't know which is which. Put them down in front of some arugula. There's one there. There's one there. And then we put Chidi down, and he makes his selection. Okay. Chidi.
What the fuck?
That in the he went to the right, the left, which is very rare. This is
unprecedented.
Incredible turn of events.
And he's not.
Chidi believes former champ Glover Teixeira will reclaim the crown at UFC 283.
Wow.
We shall see.
He didn't even fucking hesitate.
Didn't flinch. Didn't hesitate. I think it's a gutsy call.
This is shocking.
I'm not gonna lie. It's a gutsy call. It's a gutsy call, but that's where everybody's heart is, isn't it?
I suppose. It's one of those.
Nothing against Jamal. I got nothing against Jamal. He just has so much more future ahead of him. It's got to be. It's Glover. It's now or never.
Yeah, I think. I think there's probably people trying. I think people, because Glover is such a likable old character that we just love, and such a sweet guy, that I think there's not too many Glover haters out there. Let's put it that way.
Right.
Now, some people who might be going for Jamal might be saying, "Listen, Glover has already had his. Let the young dog eat something now." That might be. I could see that being somebody's way of thinking. So, but I think that whether or not you're a Jamal Hill fan or a Glover, even if you want Jamal to win, which I'm not saying I do, I don't know Jamal. I know Glover.
He's cool.
I don't know. I'm sure I like him, but I never met him, and I've known Glover for years, so I'm gonna be more on the Glover side here. But I think that even Jamal Hill fans probably don't want him to get hurt. Like he's not one of those things where it's like they want him to win, but they probably don't want Glover to get his fucking ass kicked. They probably hope for like something sweet,
like a clean knockout or something.
Yes, sweet misery, like quick and painless, old painless.
Which Jamal has the potential to do. Okay, so
no shit.
So hold on, let me just do a couple of things here.
Chidi went for the left side. Never seen. If he's going for the left, he ham and haw for that one.
Dude, isn't that? I know, isn't that wild? So to me, that was completely nuts. Okay, so here's what our man Glover looks like.
I know what the fuck he looked like. Look at that one.
So beloved, wins the title at the age of like 42 or whatever. He has such great ground and pound, and he has great counterpunching. I remember in the fight with like Ryan Bader, and Ryan had him against the fence, and he thought he was winning, and then all of a sudden Glover countered and knocked him out.
Yeah, and he have deceptively good jiu-jitsu, slick. Yep. I mean, he's also a guy that's seen it all. He's been around for a long, even before he had success in the UFC. I remember people was talking about him. He was kind of a legendary figure, like one of those guys who's like the best guys you never seen in the UFC.
Right. Because he
Um,
did have a long road to the UFC.
yeah,
It
but
had to
but
do
people knew
with
him,
and
and
stuff. Yeah.
he was one of those guys that he suffered from that thing where nobody want to fight him.
Yep.
So people would avoid him like the plague. People before he made to the UFC.
Yep.
And then finally he
Look
got
at
in
him.
there. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
He's so, I mean, the nicest guy. When we talk about people who are nice guys,
Yeah.
I know we talk about that all the time. We're like, oh my God, this guy's so nice, or this guy's so cool.
Oh, he is.
He is the nicest guy.
He's very
But-
friendly. He's a very
so
friendly.
friendly.
Yeah.
And folks should know, he's a former guest of ours here on this show. So you can go back and look at Glover. We had him on like right after he won the title, a couple days after he won the title. So you definitely have to have him on. So Glover is just absolutely amazing and such a good guy. And he has like, that old man strength. You know what I mean?
Why you gotta give him the old man strength, Paul?
But
Uh-oh,
on the other side is Jamal.
Uh-oh.
And Jamal is that guy who, to me, it's so crazy with me with his boxing. It's like he's not the fastest guy. I feel like you see his punches coming because his arms are so long.
Yeah.
Like you have time to see that it's coming and still they land on people. And he's so effective with that boxing.
He's precise with his,
Yeah.
and also, as you can see, he's not always, no matter how long his arms is, you can see his arms he's carrying them kind of like not too high. So it's very hard to detect where the fuck when that's happening, He's a lot harder, and he's not afraid, like he knows the distance, so he's not afraid to keep. You see how low his hands, I mean.
But here's the thing. The way that Paul Craig was able to submit Jamal makes me think Glover might want to just take him down.
Well, that would be his best bet, and I think but that's going to be, first of all, there's been a few fights since then, and it's going to be, I'm sure he's learned a lot of tricks, and there's going to be easier said than done, But
Sure,
yeah,
of course.
that would be Glover's. That would be Glover's. I think that's his greatest path to victory. But Glover is so surprising. He's a crafty veteran, and he's been there. That's the one thing. Jamal has not been there yet. You know what I mean? So I could see anything happening, but I'm stunned by Cheaty's
Omega
performance.
says all the money on Teixeira, easy sub.
Listen, I would not be
P.
shocked
Brown
to see.
saying Glover needs to take down ASAP. Yeah.
I would not be shocked to see either stuffs. You know what I mean? I would, if Glover somehow took him down and just grounded him out, and maybe choke him. I would not be surprised, but also I wouldn't be surprised if he got laser beamed, by Jamal.
Right. Well, this is what the Ender Band is saying, that Glover's going to fall victim to hubris and try to stand and bang. And then
No, I think he's going to say. I think that might. Well, was he saying Glover or is he saying?
Yeah,
Jamal?
I think. Well, yeah. Actually, who did you mean, Ender Band? I thought you meant that Glover would.
I don't think
be-
Glover is the one to have a lot of hubris. I think he's a very smart cookie. I mean, when it comes to
okay,
fighting.
because maybe he means Glover. I mean,
No, but he
listen,
probably.
Glover can drop you too.
Yeah, so I don't know who he's talking about, because I don't know that Glover is the one who's. I think he's gonna do whatever it takes, I like though that Glover's not afraid to bang, so that he can let his other shit happen, Wait.
Beetle Jesse saying they're rooting for Glover, and they're betting on him now too because of the lizard, because of Cheaty.
And that was the Beatles who just said that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, I mean it's a very it's an interesting. Here's the person is saying that the Paj man is saying the first person to make a mistake is probably going to lose. I love them both though. I mean that might be fair. I mean they're both. I think Glover is more savvy because, like you were saying, his experience and everything, he's seen it all and done it all.
Yeah.
But Jamal is no fool, and he's got he's freaking he's good, and he
Aside from, I think that the mistake Jamal made with the Bear Jew, with Paul Craig, I think that was his. I think that was that was him checking a guy lightly and not being smart about it.
For
You know what I
sure.
mean? And I
He
think
was very
that
cocky going into that fight.
I think because of that, I think he grew up a lot and got heel smart. So like I think that was the best thing that could have happened for him. So I think he's like he's so dangerous now because he's got all the skills and all the confidence, but also he's now starting to be savvy. You know what I mean? It's
Agreed.
not like he's a newcomer. You know, I mean, Glover's
You're right.
old vet, but you know, Jamal look. It's a tough matchup for both of those guys in a way. You know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Okay, well, so let's look at
What are we coming up on hour 5 now? We might have to look at happing up the closing down the satch for.
I know,
We're gonna be in Turner Hound or whatever.
I know. You're right. You're right.
We're going to golden hour. I need my second meal.
I know your second meal. What do you think though about your countryman Figgy? I can show you this real quick, and then I'll see what Chidi thinks. But do you think are you going with Figgy or are you going with Moreno?
I like both these guys, but Moreno is so fucking likable. I can't not love this kid, and it's like it's not fair to Figgy, but it's just this kid is so likable. It's like your little brother or something like that. So I can't. I think that even if I wanted to root against him, I can't.
Dude, I love.
I can't lie. I can't. He's just so likable in every fucking way.
So incredibly likable in every single way.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's see then what Chidi thinks is going to happen in this fight.
Hello.
And this is not to say that Figgy is not exciting and great
choice.
too.
Today, the Fistivities bearded dragon mascot will be choosing the UFC 283 co-main event between former champs Figueiredo and Moreno. They are both former champs. What we're going to do is take these names. We've got some arugula here. We ball up the names. We don't know who is who. We put one there. Whoops, trying to put one there. One there. We put Chidi down. And okay, wow, to the left. Again, this is incredible, folks. Usually, Chidi goes to the right. Today, he went to the left. This is an incredible. Okay, let's see what he thinks. Chidi believes that Brandon Moreno will reclaim the title at UFC 283. We shall see.
Interesting stuff.
See.
Once again, he didn't. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of rooting for that, and I got nothing against Figgy. I just love Brandon Moreno so much.
I know.
And I worked on Tough Talk when he was on The Ultimate Fighter and stuff. I just got really invested in him and his career from day one.
I get it.
And I just love the guy.
Look, you're not alone. This is it's everything. It covers all the bases, everything about the fucking guy.
And he can scrap.
Well, that goes into the mix. It's like he don't just have one of the stuffs that would lean you toward him. He have all the shit,
Yeah. He's
what are you gonna do?
Likable.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
But again, that doesn't mean I'm not against Figueiredo, because
I think only Figgy's family don't like Moreno. I think everyone else in the world, you know what I mean? It's only Figgy's immediate family that would
doesn't like him.
I'm just saying, it's hard. It's a hard position for Figueiredo to be in.
I like Figueiredo too. That's what I'm saying. I don't have anything against him, and I like that he's kind of like, Rico Suave with the whole bit. He leans in.
And he's a fucking hell of a fighter. He's a hell of a fucking fighter. I mean, before Moreno came along, he looked unbeatable almost. You know what I mean? Yep, I mean, so let's, and they have great fights together. So look, no matter what happens, it's going to be great. They've not had a boring fight yet. It's exciting shit,
For sure. Now, lastly, though, I have to... I gotta say, we gotta pay tribute. We gotta kiss the ring. We gotta bow down. This will be the last time Shogun makes the...
Wow.
I mean, this is the end of an era. This is one of my all-time favorite fighters.
Caray.
He's an effing legend. for those who maybe got into his career later in life, you have to go back and look at the early days. He's amazing. He's a beast. His fight with Dan Henderson, his first fight, is my all-time favorite fight. I was there sitting, octagon side, blown away. This man's a legend.
I mean, he was a legend before he was in the fucking UFC. I mean, my favorite fights of his was in Pride. I mean, God, this guy, it's almost crazy to think that he's still fighting now. You know what I mean? I mean, he's like really the last of the Mohican.
Right?
Who the fuck else is there? Like this is the last this is like the last of that era.
It's true because Nogueira's are gone, Maya's gone.
There's no one.
Yeah, nobody's left. He is the last one. So I think
maybe if like the only person I can think of is what's his name? Emelianenko, if he's still fighting, I guess that would be like
in a couple weeks. Yeah, he's
fighting. I think Fedor would be maybe the only other guy who's like maybe like it's him and Fedor. I can't think of anybody else who's still there.
But like, who doesn't root for Shogun? I mean, that's the thing is like, unfortunately, he's fought like friends of mine and people I like and everything, but like, it's freaking Shogun. Like, come on, like. He's a special one of the he's Mount Rushmore type fighter. Like he's
legend. He's a legend. He's a true legend.
Legend.
He's up there with your Uncle Hanach in my country.
Here we go.
You want me to lie to you, Karyn Bryant? I think you have to tear me down in your mind so that you don't get nervous.
I don't try to tear you down.
So that you just don't get nervous, or else you can't do your job.
Oh, is that it? That I'm intimidated?
Yeah. Well, like as if you was with Prince or something. It's like you would try to pretend like I don't care if you're Prince. I'm not into that kind of stuff.
Okay. But yeah, Pete Brown saying Shogun should get the biggest pop out of respect. I hope so. I hope so. Yeah, this guy Vito saying Shogun's been the favorite since Pride. I mean, yeah. Everybody loves this dude.
Who is Shogus? Is that like the Scottish Shogun or whatever? Shogus?
With the Ferguson and the haggis.
Shogus. Yeah, he was before Paul Craig.
Geez. Yeah. Okay, so I mean, well, you were saying you need to get out of here. So
well, I mean, I don't need, but after a while we get, it's like let's leave on a high note, like before we start sputtering and the gas, you start to hunt out, and then we start. I think they've been given a nice good one. We just did a cool down here.
I hear you. I hear you.
Your Uncle Hanach can get to some of that Jaffafa Heights and stuff like that, and to relax. And let his hair down.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
If I can give an advice, or not an advice, if I could give a recommendation, I am watching Blackbird on Apple TV Plus or whatever.
African American bird, thank you.
No, Blackbird with Taron Egerton, and it's Dennis Lehane wrote it. Who did like Gone Baby Gone and all that, and whatever, Mystic River and stuff.
Yeah, Mystic River, a lot of shit.
It's really good. Yeah. It's really
The Town. Didn't he do The Town?
He did The Town, exactly. Yeah. So I'm watching that. It's only a few episodes, like 6 episodes or something like that, 6 or 8 episodes or whatever on Apple TV Plus. But I would highly recommend it. I'm watching it and I'm enjoying it very much.
Well, what if people don't have Apple TV Plus?
Then I guess you need to find a site that you could steal it from.
Unbelievable. You know what I thought of?
Ask my kid, but I don't want to be the one that's telling you guys that on.
Yeah, don't do that. I thought of you and your daughter.
When you were thinking of stealing things, great, thanks.
No, Cara, you. When I watched the first episode of that fucking thing that's based on a video game, the Last of Us or whatever.
Oh yeah, my friend worked on that video game.
So check this out.
The sound for it, like
it's a great.
Yeah.
It's a great. I'm not a big video game guy. I mean, not since I was younger. I used to love video game, but I did play that fucking game, and it's crazy because in this version, he have a mixed daughter, the lead guy, and the daughter is like a you type person. It's like you or a horror, like the same hair, the same skin tone, and you know who it is? It's the daughter of Tandy Newton,
Candy Newton,
and yeah,
exactly.
I couldn't believe my eyes because she looks just like. I said, if this is not Tandy Newton's daughter, I don't know how the fuck this kid looks exactly. And then I looked it up and I was like, thank God, because that would have been almost strange. She looks so much like her, you know?
Wow. Well, I really like Tandy Newton.
Yeah.
Always have. And yeah, so my friend worked on the sound for that game. Like he's like the head.
It's a hell of a, it's a fucking
game. So yeah, like, yeah.
It's scary. I mean, it's crazy that they can make a game that's scary. You know, like you're playing it and you know that same feeling you get with a horror movie when you're by yourself and you're like,
I've never played it, so I can't relate, but I know what you're saying.
But you feel like you're in the fucking horror. You're in when shit starts going, you know, sideways, and you're like, you gotta get the fuck out of here. Yeah, you're like, let's get the fuck out of here. You really feel like you need to get the fuck out of there.
I've played zombie games in the past where I got like, where I can't say I'm like overly like, oh my God, the zombies are coming for me, but you get into
they're fast in this one. They're fast in this one. And they mix it with like, it really feels like a cross between that and like, you know, Contagion or something, because so especially now you're like, oh, you know what I mean, with that, like, you know, the virus shit and all that stuff. But they do a good job of making it like how it would be if some shit like that went down, where you kind of disorient and you're like, wait, what the fuck is going on now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it make you feel emotional. Like there's certain stuff, I'm not gonna ruin any stuff, but if you play the games.
Was saying, Pepsi Scroll saying they just watched it. Too slow for the first episode. That's good. It wasn't.
And I don't know that I'm gonna continue on. I just happen to fuck with it. I may or may not. I may or may not, because I kind of know what the fuck happens and stuff. So I don't know that I need to see it, but it's well done. You know, it's well done.
Gotcha. Yeah, like I said, I haven't seen it. And Kiddo said, you know, because I said, hey, you know, do you want to watch it? And she was like, well, no, because she hasn't played the game. So we may just wait and watch it later. I
don't think you need to fucking play the game to have seen it. I mean, you know, I don't think.
Well, she wants to because she does like the game. She likes gaming. So like I said, I'm trying to get a PS5. I've just not got one.
You're too poor
to be able to play it and stuff like that. But I'm not a huge gamer myself. But reason to get invested in it, other than the fact that I know my friend worked on the actual game it's based on, you know.
Well, it doesn't feel like a game at all. I mean, because the fucking game is trying to be like a movie, so it's just like it's so funny. It's like almost like going backwards. It's like
backwards.
The movie is trying to be I mean, it's good no matter what. It's good, and if you like that kind of shit, you're gonna like that. If you like the zombies and all that kind of bullshit. I mean, and if you don't, you don't have to watch. There's so much other good shit to watch, you know?
Yeah, well, we started watching Better Call Saul.
Well, yeah, that, but also for me, it's like, there's so many goddamn classic movies that I probably, if I spent every night trying to watch them for the rest of my life, I'm not going to see all of them. So like, sometimes I feel like, why watch some fucking new show or whatever when I could watch like these classic movies that I never saw, you know, or movies from like the French fucking new wave or something that you know what I mean, like that these are classics and I never seen them, you know, like certified fucking classics, you know.
I agree with you, because sometimes I watch a classic, sometimes I will go back and read a classic, quote unquote classic book that for some reason I never read or, you know, fell through the cracks for me. So I'll go back and read, you know, a classic that maybe I missed out on. But sometimes it's fun to just watch the popular show because
for sure
zeitgeist and, you know, everybody's talking about it.
I do that too, but I'm more inclined to do the other.
I'm not necessarily always caught up. Like I did watch White Lotus, and I did watch I don't know, there's maybe one other show that I kind of watched as it was rolling out, you know, because I was curious, but I don't know. I don't necessarily feel compelled.
Yeah, I mean, I just like a lot of the old, like I like to watch maybe like something, if you like a certain director, like maybe go back and see the early shit that you never saw, whatever, you know, shit like that. And just out of curiosity, like what was, like almost like seeing a band, listening to the demos or whatever, like what was the shit like, you know, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. No, I get it. Okay, so hey, listen, Hanato, where can people find you on social media?
Hanato _Laranja. Hanato _Laranja. And if you're watching this and you're not following me already, you're shooting yourself on the foot.
Uh,
Um,
right. Very clever. And you do post some like great hip hop stuff.
wait. Oh, I thought I heard the music for a second
You
there.
do. I put it on.
Oh, God. Hi, when I'm talking, you put it on there.
So you're rapping, you're jamming, you're rapping.
Yeah, that's the hip hop beat right there. But yeah, I post a lot of stuff. I post all kind of, I'm a Renaissance man, so I post a lot
A
of shit.
renaissance man.
Yeah, Renaissance. I do stuff from here. I do funny stuff. I do meme. I do cultural stuff. I do music. I do movies. All kind of shit. You never know what you're gonna get from your corner. I'm gonna do a Jaffa Heist recipe if you're not careful.
Yeah, okay, so for me, if you're watching this on YouTube /Karyn Bryant, Karyn, Bryant as in Kobe, no relation, but may he rest in peace. That is also my handle over on Twitter. So it's Karyn Bryant. Over on Instagram, I'm KB Heat. Listen, if you got here late and you missed any of it, you gotta go back and hang out with Razak. Like that dude, I'm such a fan. Like I already liked him just because of his fight style and whatever. But like I'm a fan. That's a good dude.
He's probably fun too with his kids and stuff. I mean, he's probably just a fun guy to have around. You know what I mean? I bet you his family likes to hang out with this guy.
Good energy, just positive vibes, like a nice good energy.
For sure.
Unlike
some, well, I'm an acquired chase. Like HIV, you have to acquire that one. But then once you acquire that one, then that's it for you.
You really don't want to.
That's it for you once you acquire that.
You're stuck with it.
Yeah, you're gonna enjoy. You gotta make the best of that one. You're gonna have a fulfilling life. What's that one you can check? Where it's like show that you can check it so that your levels
now you're undetectable.
Undetectable. Where it's like
tracks or whatever.
Control.
All the time. I'm always hitting mute though. I don't know.
I always think that I'm gonna see Magalhaes on one of those. Like my cheese.
Stop it.
My cheese house is going to the hoof now. No, you know what? He's on the ones for low chi. You know what I mean? Like Magalhaes. Like a lot of guys suffer. Hey, listen, a lot of guys suffer from low chi, okay? So for my ED, nothing is better than whatever.
You are so bad.
Lavich.
You're so bad. Anyway, folks, thank you so much.
Take Lavitra. Okay.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
Lavich.
Bye.
Ciao. Vinny Magalhaes, go fuck yourself. I hope you die. They're clapping for that.